Wednesday yard work at Fox Field on the campus of the University of Lynchburg as the home team Hornets set to host the Pfeiffer Falcons. A little halfway day heater out here. It is a warm day to play baseball, a summertime preview for Lynchburg and Pfeiffer. Hi again, baseball fans. I'm Kyle Haney. So glad to be hanging out with you on this Wednesday afternoon, March the 11th. The Pfeiffer Falcons come in at 5-9. Lynchburg 9-3-1 on the season. And the Hornets took care of business on Monday. That matchup against Nichols, they end up scoring 13 runs. Seventh time this season that Lynchburg's gotten 10 runs or more. The offense is really rolling, and we've got the reigning ODAC Offensive Player of the Week, Ben Jones. That actually came out in the later innings in Monday's game. The guys didn't even really know until they checked their social media Monday after the game. But Ben Jones is your reigning conference Offensive Player of the Week. He's had a lot of help, including Jack Pokerock, 6 home runs in the last 7 games. This is a Lynchburg team that in their lineup, they have 7 full-timers hitting over 300 right now. Pitching is showing some great signs. They're taking strides. And, in fact, one of the metrics we look at for pitching, the K-to-walk ratio, how many guys you strike out for how many batters you walk, it's 2.98. That's actually better than the 2023 season where Lynchburg pitched it so historically incredible. So Lynchburg's pitching is rounding into form. Pfeiffer will be a tough opponent today. More on the Falcons, but a bit more from Monday's game. We do need to mention some congratulations. Nick Matfield, career win number 28. That moves him into a tie with Zach Potts for first place all-time here at the University of Lynchburg. So congratulations to Nick. You know, sometimes those win-loss decisions don't come out till a little bit later. Plus, we had offensive fireworks to talk about. So we buried the lead a little bit with Nick Matfield in career start number 51, getting win number 28. Incredible stuff. And the next time he starts, he'll be on history watch again with a chance to become the all-time program leader in wins. We've also got a new all-time runs leader at the University of Lynchburg. That was Brandon Garcia, tied and then passed Avery Neves on Monday. Brandon Garcia has now touched the plate in a Lynchburg uniform 191 times. What an incredible mark there for Brandon Garcia. And he's on history watch again because he's got 199 hits right now. Brandon Garcia looks to join the 200-hit club. Ben Jones not far behind with 194. And 6-hit games happen, so you never know. Ben Jones might be on history watch today to get to that 200-hit plateau. They would be players number 6 and 7 to join the 200-hit club in Lynchburg history. Got to talk about these outstanding starting pitchers. It'll be Trent Lowe for Pfeiffer, Lucas Marrero for Lynchburg. We'll come back with the, let's meet the Pfeiffer lineup right now, shall we? We'll go Pfeiffer batting order right now and then maybe meet Lynchburg after the national anthem. But the Falcons, 5-9. They're 1-3 away from home this year. Ben Messamores, the left fielder. He is our player to watch, a first-year man leading off, hitting .365. Then it's Ethan Willard playing second. Joe Javier, great career for the senior third baseman from Concord, .360 hitter in his career. Jack Brandel will clean up and play first base. It's Austin Wood, at shortstop. He's got 110 hits in his career. Mason Mosteller, he's on the other side of the resume. This will be start number 2 for Mason Mosteller, the DH. And then it's Christian Ballatoni, Levi Barrett, and Connor Coy rounding out the lineup. Trent Lowe to start. All right, we will meet that Lynchburg 9 and then the starting pitcher, Lucas Marrero, when we come back. Anthem time, we're underway here, and we're glad to have you along for the ride. Can't wait to watch some baseball with you, fans. We're back after the anthem. We'll meet you at the mound for the first pitch between the Falcons and the Hornets. LHSN on Flo. T-minus 2 minutes until liftoff between the Falcons and the Hornets. Kyle Haney back with you. We've got an elite LHSN crew in the press box today and around Fox Field to get you all the angles and the shots. Here comes the defense for the University of Lynchburg. The man starting on the mound, sophomore Lucas Marrero, 1-0 last season. Started that ODAC championship game, that winner-take-all game against Randolph-Macon, a 4.74 earned run average last year, 18 strikeouts. This year it's 1 start, 2 relief appearances. The earned run average is 7.71. The battery mate today, Sean Pokerock. Pokey says he wants to catch them all. Number 18 is back there with the gear on this Wednesday afternoon. Around the infield, right to left, Sean's brother Jack Pokerock stationed at first. It's the Batman and Robin combo up the middle. Ben Jones at second. Brandon Garcia at short. Kyle Moshier back at the hot corner. And then in the outfield, pretty much the same there. Joe Munitz in left. Quinn Madden at center. And in right, it's the first-year Kyle Flora. Gavin Angelilo will DH for Travis Beasley. Third season for Bees, 87, 29, and 1 is the overall record now. 87 wins. Really just incredible here in basically 2 1/3 seasons as the head man. Lynchburg is hitting .304 as a ball club. They've clubbed 17 home runs. And the earned run average as a team is 3.70 for Lynchburg. They've won 2 out of their last 3. They have not lost in their last 3 as well. That third game encompasses that tie in Game 2 against Washington and Lee. For Pfeiffer, they are 5-9. This is game 15 of 40 for the Falcons. It's Messimore, Willard, Javier, Brandel, Wood, Mosteller, Bellatoni, Barrett, and Coy. And their pitcher will be Trent Lowe, who we will meet and greet when Lynchburg comes to bat. Pfeiffer is hitting .285 as a unit. They play out of the USA South. And this has been a common opponent. Lynchburg's actually won 10 in a row in this matchup. You got to go all the way back to 2002 to find the last time Pfeiffer got a victory. 84 degrees, partly sunny. I'm going to amend that and say mostly sunny. Feels like 85. And the wild thing is it's going to be about 30 degrees colder tomorrow. It's only going to be upper 40s, low 50s as a cold front rolls through. Lucas Marrero is going to work out of this stretch. Lynchburg in the all-whites, white cap with the red bill. First pitch swung on and missed. We're underway on Lakeside Drive in the Hill City of Lynchburg. Pfeiffer's got the black top with the white and yellow striping there. Good look for the Falcons. Great look for the Hornets. And we got some green grass that's all striped up to play on. Another swing and miss from Ben Messimore, who was our key man player to watch. 8-game hitting streak for Messimore. He's a first year from Oakboro, North Carolina. In an 0-2 hole quickly to the sophomore lefty, Lucas Marrero. Marrero will challenge you with a fastball. He throws a bullet kind of a fastball, likes to keep it low in the zone, pitches at the knees. Breaking ball is sharp. He's adding pitches to the arsenal and really learning how to pitch at the college level after making more than just a splash last year. I mean, he was a star at times last season on the mound for Lynchburg in those 5 starts. Did go with a breaker downstairs. Messimore lays off, makes our count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pfeiffer coached by Craig Bolton in his 11th season. Played 1 year for the Falcons and got injured. And the injuries kind of derailed his playing career, so he jumped right into an assistant coaching career. And he's been the head man now for 11 seasons already. This one sprayed right side, but foul. We'll try it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lucas Marrero did make a start last week against Greensboro. That was the first start of the year. It was 2 relief appearances before that for Marrero. He only went 1 1/3 inning against the Pride, gave up 2 earned runs. Greensboro, one of those teams with the swing and a miss. Hold that thought on the Pride as Lucas Marrero's got his first punch out of the day. 1 gone in the top of the first. I was going to say the Pride, one of those rare teams where the nickname does not have an S on the end of it, so sometimes you just get used to adding the S. But the Greensboro Pride, Lucas Marrero, did not surrender hit in 1 1/3, but gave up 2 earned runs, walked 2, and just was not quite as sharp as the coaching staff wanted. But today is a new day, new opportunity for Lucas Marrero. He'll face another first-year. Ethan Willard steps in. Called strike 1. Willard is a second baseman, hitting .302 on the season, already 13 hits in his young collegiate career. Lynchburg's got career campaigners with mind-boggling numbers. They have been running amok for a while here in their Lynchburg uniforms, but a chance to make some more career milestones today as Lucas Marrero spins a breaking ball, and it's now quickly 0-2 again. Marrero, so far so good on the first pitch strikes, 2 for 2 in that department. Went back inside, got a half swing, soared. Pokerock smothers, pops out and throws, and there's 2 early outs in the top of the first inning. So bring up Joe Javier. Now, Javier's a senior that's been around, 360 lifetime for Pfeiffer. Good player. He'll play third base today for the Falcons. 5-9. Pfeiffer beat Johnson and Wales yesterday, 13-3. That's a team that Lynchburg's got 2 against this year coming up. Be a new opponent for the Hornets, Johnson and Wales from Charlotte. And there's a Johnson and Wales up in New England as well. So you can get a little bit confused there. Dot on the first pitch from Lucas Marrero. He's 3 for 3 now in the first pitch strikes. Keep it coming, left-hander. Infield straightaway, normal depth. Jack Pokerock really likes to play off that line at first base. And it's a long run on a batted ball for Jack to get back over there. Sometimes infielders actually have to release without him there as a target. You just got to throw it to the base and assume that he's going to swoop in there and stretch and catch it. But great to have him off the bag. He is a plus defender and can really move around and take some hits away that might go through on that right side. Of course, if you got Ben Jones over there, Benny bombs and Benny bases, made several sliding plays on Monday against Nichols. Fantastic leather work from Ben Jones. Here's the 2-1 from Marrero. This one pulled. Kyle Moshier made a stab at it, but came up empty. That'll go down as a base hit for Joe Javier, first base runner of the ball game for the Falcons. Reaches with 2 gone in the top of the first inning. Our dimensions at Fox Field, 315 down each line. It's 405 to center, and the right center gap is deeper than the left field power alley. About 398 to hit it over the James C. Fox Field sign and under the scoreboard. Here's Jack Brandel, only lefty in the lineup for Pfeiffer. Check swing there. Did he offer? Might get an appeal to the umpire out close to second. Sean Pokerock would like that. Yeah, umpire says yes. One of the more delayed appeals that you'll actually get a call on. Sometimes those field umpires kind of take the mindset of, well, if you wait a long time to ask me, I'm just going to say he didn't go. Pokerock had to pick up the blocked ball. That was part of that. 4 for 4 in first pitch strikes now with that. As Marrero will toss over to first, who threw it away. Ben Jones is going to pick it up, not in time to have a play at second. That was well wide towards the outfield side of the bag from Marrero. As Jack Pokerock might get another look at it, didn't even really try to catch it. It was so far wide. He was just trying to navigate around the sliding base runner. 0-1's the count, but a runner in scoring position now. It's a lineup that features 4 first years, 2 sophomores, and 3 seniors. Swing and a miss. Marrero's clearly got good stuff. See if he can pitch around the self-inflicted damage there, throwing the ball away on the pickoff. 0-2, 2 gone. Top 1. Marrero kicks and fires, went outside with the slider, chase pitch. Brandel did not get the bat off his shoulders, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Garcia, Jones, and Pokerock for Lynchburg. And of course, with 2 Pokerocks in the lineup, we should be specific and say Jack Pokerock hitting third, Sean hitting 6th. Lynchburg's got Brandel played to pull. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Marrero struck out 3 in the inning. He does pitch around the boo-boo there, and he'll step back to the dugout with a clean sheet. 0-0 heading to the bottom of the first. We'll stay right here and greet this Lynchburg lineup officially. Hornets again, 9-3-1. They've won 2 out of 3. And Lynchburg at home now. The number is 27 of the last 29 they have won. They're 27-1-1 at Fox Field in the last 29 ball games. And your lineup for the Hornets, very, very similar. Brandon Garcia, 199 career hits. He's the new all-time runs scored leader at Lynchburg with 191 times stepping on the plate, followed up by another seasoned campaigner, Benny Bombs, your reigning ODAC player of the week, Ben Jones. That's offensive player of the week, but I think most people know that. Jack Pokerock, he's hitting .364 with 6 jacks. He'll bat third. Quinn Madden cleaning up. Joe Munitz. Joe Munitz is starting to heat up again. More on Joltin' Joe in just a bit. You've got Sean Pokerock, the catcher, and his 102 career hits, batting sixth. Then you got 2 first years stacked next to each other. Right-handers Kyle Flora and Gavin Angelilo. Angelilo's got a base hit in every game he has started. And the junior transfer, Kyle Moshier. Mosh rounds out the lineup. Starting pitcher for the Pfeiffer Falcons is Trent Lowe. Trent Lowe is a tall left-hander, and Lowe hails from Tyro, North Carolina. Listed at 6'7", 290. That's a physical specimen, and if you're a big guy that can figure out the long limbs, the long levers, and you can time all that stuff up, a lot of times those bigger guys can throw hard. We've seen that throughout the course of pitching history. They don't have to use the fast twitch muscle as much to load up and get velocity. They can just use that long frame. There is a hard heater inside as Brandon Garcia dodges the first pitch for ball one. Garcia 349 this year. Brandon Garcia has been on base in every single game this season. He scored in 12 of 13. Classic leadoff man. Plays a great shortstop, table setter mentality. Also a very, very complete hitter. Career average for Brandon Garcia, 315. And Brandon Garcia, so complete, one more base hit gets him to 200. Thought about doing it with a base hit bunt, pulled it back, ball. Third baseman was in for Pfeiffer, possibly expecting that. That's Joe Javier. Trent Lowe, kind of interesting way that he comes set. He gets the sign looking at you like he's almost in the windup. Then he goes to the stretch like you would normally do with runners on base. So it's a little, we'll say maybe unique or unconventional. See him there with the glove down at the belt. Now he's set. And I say gets the sign. I mean, he's looking at the catcher, but Pfeiffer's on the wristwatch communicator as well. That one just a ball off the plate. Very close. Good hold from Brandon Garcia. It will run our count full at 3-2. We'll get some shout-outs going on here maybe in the middle of the second inning. Say hello to some folks. Run down some more little fun nuggets. Just a great day to watch baseball at Fox Field or online with Flo College. It's a walk for Brandon Garcia. Full count walk for Hollywood. He's aboard with nobody out. And up steps Ben Jones. Ben Jones, 194 career hits in his last 5 games. This goes back to the Greensboro game. Benny Bombs is hitting .455. He's driven in 11, and it's 5 home runs in basically the last week for Ben Jones. He's slugging an astronomical 1,136. And I misspoke, when I was running down the slugging percentage and the math. If you hit a home run in one at bat, 4 bases divided by 1, your average is, your slugging is actually 4,000. 4.00. Swing and a miss, not a miss, but a foul tip from Ben Jones, rather. And now it's 0-2. Ben Jones has been on board in 61 of the last 63 ball games. So more than just the ammunition and the firepower, he can get on board and be a table setter too. That one over his head. Brandon Garcia will take off, and he didn't even really have to get up to warp speed on that. Impulse power got him to second base just fine. And now a runner in scoring position for Ben Jones. He has driven in 11 in his last 5 ball games. He'll look to stay hot in that category. Senior Ben Jones. Third baseman's in a bit. Ground ball right side. That'll do a job and get Brandon Garcia over. And there's one out in the bottom of the first. Productive out there from Ben Jones. I still have a feeling he might have wanted more. But with a 2-strike count, if you squeeze it over there to the right side, That'll get Garcia from second to third for Jack Pokerock. There's some value in that. Jack will know the assignment here. He's looking to reach the outfield with a double home run or a sac fly. Middle's back, though, so Jack Pokerock could drive in Brandon Garcia with a ground ball as well. Challenging inside corner pitch from Trent Lowe. Again, Trent Lowe's physical profile, he can be imposing out there, and it looks like with his stuff he can be imposing as well. Grab some numbers for you on Trent Lowe in just a bit. The 0-1, Jack Pokerock check swing. That was something off speed from Trent Lowe. Evens our count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trent Lowe is a sophomore. He's pitched twice this year, once at Guilford, once against Grove City. This one is south of the zone, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Gave up 5 earned runs in his first outing, 4 in the next. He struck out 7 on the season and only walked 2. So he does have some overpowering stuff. He does have some challenging options to work with. Pokerock swung on and belted. Jack has got the chainsaw out again, doing some woodwork into the trees in left field. Jack Pokerock's 7th of the season. Oh, man, Mr. Jurassic Park does it again. You get his little celebration. Rounding second, that ball was drilled, and Lynchburg leads 2-0. Wow. First hit of the ball game for Lynchburg. It's a big fly from Jack Pokerock. He drives in 2 more. He's got the team lead there. It's up to 24 RBI now for Jack. 7 home runs. 18 as a team for the unit. Jack continues just to stay red hot. He came in with a 5-game hitting streak. That's been extended. And in his last 6 ball games now, it's 5 home runs, 7 home runs in his last 8. Quinn Madden's going to push a little base hit bunt down the line. That's cheeky right there from Quinn Madden. I mean, that is clever. Quinn Madden is a guy that can leave the yard with the best of them, and something he enjoys doing, hitting the ball over the fence. But he knows that Trent Lowe is feeling a bit of stress. He knows Trent Lowe, as a lefty, will be falling off to the third base side. He just drops down a little push bunt down the first base line. That's absolutely perfect from Quinn Madden. Tip your cap right there. And I love it. Not trying to do too much. Quinn Madden is on with 1 out. Here's Joe Munitz. Inside corner called strike 1. I'm really impressed with that from Quinn Madden. Don't get me wrong. Still very impressed with what Jack Pokerock just did. But that is really, really good baseball from Quinn Madden. Joe will slash this one over the backstop netting, and it's quickly 0-2. Quinn Madden came into the ball game, one of those guys hitting over 300, 310. That's hit number 19 on the season. For reference, Madden has gone yard 3 times himself. Down in the dirt, fantastic read by Quinn Madden. And that ball kicked a little bit away from the catcher, Connor Coy. But even if it stayed close, Madden with an excellent dirt ball read, he would have gotten there. In scoring position now for Joe Munitz. 1-2 count. It's all happening here in the first inning for Lynchburg. They struck with a first-inning home run last game. Hornets are scoring early lately. They do not take a long time. Joe got a little scattered there. He's okay. And it's ball 2. Two and 2, 1 out. Runner on second. Madden bouncing. Looks lively out there. This one shot up the middle by Joe Munitz. Hit the glove, knocked down. Madden's going to get the stop sign at third. Probably going to go down as a base hit for Joe. It's 3 consecutive hits now for Lynchburg. If it is indeed scored that way, it's runners at the corner. Stress early here for Trent Lowe. I think he's got good stuff, but back to this Lynchburg offense. They will put the heat on you early. It's senior number 18, Sean Pokerock. 102 hits in his career, 15 this season. Hitting .375, Pokey is the team leader. If you're Trent Lowe, you're saying things to yourself like, hey, ground ball and I'm out of this. Got an infield that can turn too, and that's very much in play for Pfeiffer. They've turned 8 double plays this season. Not going to happen with a double play conventionally now, as Joe Munitz will steal second standing up. Pfeiffer's a team. They've got 9 double plays. I was actually wrong. They've got 9 double plays this season, but it'll have to happen on maybe a line drive or something now. 1-0 start to Sean Pokerock. Pokey blasts this ball into left field. Left fielder going back, lost the ball. He lost the ball. Quinn Madden's going to score. Madden tagged. Sean Pokerock's going to go to second, which is smart. Make the umpire say, hey, you were out, and that was on the transfer. And the umpire in the field did indicate that. He made the lost it on the transfer gesture. Boy, if you're Sean Pokerock, you feel like you hit that ball hard. Great swing. It isn't out. It will be a successful sac fly now for Sean Pokerock, and the lead is 3-0. Travis Beasley's having a chat with the home plate umpire, maybe asking him if he thought that was on the transfer or not. It's a tough play for the left fielder, Ben Messamore, as he was moving back. It was a ball that was just absolutely drilled. We just saw a replay, and it did look like it was on the transfer, so tip your cap to the umpires for getting that one correct. Still danger here as Kyle Flora just blitzes a first pitch fastball. It's caught by the center fielder. Early damage for Lynchburg. Jack Pokerock. He jumped on a 2-1 pitch like a velociraptor and hit it over the left field fence. And then a sac fly from his brother Sean Pokerock drives in Quinn Madden. It's Lynchburg 3, Pfeiffer 0 after 1 complete.
Wellness, personal growth, and community building.
Our team works to provide a variety of recreation opportunities for all our undergrad and graduate students.
Let's take a look at the different areas of campus rec.
Campus recreation covers all outdoor recreation. Our team offers dozens of trips per semester, maintains recreation facilities on campus, and offers outdoor certificates and leadership training.
Intramurals is open to all students who wants to play on a team. We have men's, women's, and co-ed leagues for each sport we offer.
Those looking for next level competition can join FloSports. These are student-led organizations with the support of campus recreation. You can join one of our established club sports, or you can start your own with our support.
Campus recreation offers an excellent amount of opportunities to stay active, make new friends, and develop new skills. We hope to see you soon.
Another early salvo from the Lynchburg offense has the Hornets on top. 3-0, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 runner left, stranded and in scoring position. No errors for Pfeiffer. And we are set for the top of the second. Fantastic start for Lucas Marrero. Struck out 3 in his first inning of work. Did give up the single to Joe Javier. Threw him to second with a bad pickoff attempt. But Javier got stranded in scoring position. Top 2 about to get underway. Not only is the grass really greening up here at Fox Field, you're getting some color, not on these trees at the ballpark, but if you just drive around town, you're seeing some dogwoods start to blossom a bit and a few of those cherry trees that are around and some other things. Springtime is in the air. Summertime's in the air right now, really, mid-80s. And then tomorrow it's back to winter. Next week looks like kind of a mixed bag weather-wise as well. By the way, Lynchburg is at home 1 week from today. ODAC matchup against the Hampton-Sydney Tigers. Think we're going to be okay to play that, but as always, check the Lynchburg social media and lynchburgsports.com. This one's low from Lucas Marrero. And, we talked about he was perfect in first pitch strikes in the first inning. Not as perfect here. We'll see if he can get back in the fight against Ashton Wood. The shortstop will take a fastball on the outer half for called strike 1. Ashton Wood hitting .367 this year, and he's got 110 career hits. So both these teams really have a mix of young and old in the starting 9. And plenty of talent to go around. Pfeiffer last season was 14-26 last year, 9-12 in USA South play, though. They had a barn burner against Greensboro in the conference semifinal. And then Methodist ended up winning the USA South last year. Breaking ball in the dirt, that's ball 4. Marrero did fight his way back in the count, but ends up letting Wood go with the base on balls. Here's Mason Mosteller. He's a DH. Second start, and he's got 1 hit in 5 appearances. Christian Bellatoni on deck. 6-7-8 here to start the second inning for Pfeiffer, who trails playing from behind 3-0. Last year, these ball games were high scoring. Lynchburg won 19-9 and 13-1. Pfeiffer is 2-3 against ODAC opponents so far. They've played Avert, Hampton-Sydney, and Guilford. 2-5 against the ODAC last year. So head coach Craig Bolton, I think he likes playing the ODAC teams. Tough competition, plus geographically it makes sense for Pfeiffer. Not a super long drive to play anybody in the ODAC. Guilford would be the closest ODAC school for Pfeiffer to play. 1-0, now it's 2-0 as Marrero has lost the zone a bit. Wind steadily blowing out to right center. Sean Pokerock's going to ask the home plate umpire about a mound visit, and the boys in blue agree, even though their umps are wearing black tops. But, you know, it's like in basketball when you want to call them the striped shirts, even though they don't wear stripes anymore. And for the basketball refs, they wear like a blue or a black top. Hey, speaking of basketball, Bam Adebayo, 83 points last night. History for Bam. I think that was pretty cool. Don't know if you're a basketball fan or not. We know you're a baseball fan. We got World Baseball Classic intrigue to talk about. United States potentially facing elimination. Their fate rests with the Italians tonight, or if Mexico doesn't win by enough runs. You need a math degree to figure that stuff out. Not a degree, but probably at least taken a couple 101 math courses somewhere at the collegiate level. 2-0, short mound visit. Pokey's back. Bullseye for Marrero that time. Whatever he said must have worked, at least initially anyway. Bellatoni on deck is hitting .333 this year. North Carolina heavy in the roster, but Bellatoni's from New York. Marrero from Gainesville, Virginia, Northern Virginia. Good stop by Sean Pokerock. Keeps the runner at first. That's Austin Wood, who walked. Now it's 3-1, though. Back-to-back 3-ball counts. Another run for Brandon Garcia, by the way. That'll extend his program lead. He's up to 192 runs now, scored on the Jack Pokerock home run. Better location from Marrero. Tried to come back inside and missed. Back-to-back free passes. Bullpen is active now for Lynchburg. Second walk of the ball game. Marrero has struck out 3 and surrendered 1 base hit. So the defense so far for Lynchburg hasn't really been required, not to make an out anyway yet. Runners on first and second. Marrero set below the letters, down in the dirt again. Fantastic save and stop from Sean Pokerock. Mentioned his defense has gotten a lot better. And we keep saying that Pokey keeps saying he wants to catch every single game this year. Says the body is good, mindset is great, want to be in there as much as possible. Think about nice pitch from Marrero there. And to come at a guy, in a hitter's count with a breaking ball like that, that's a little bit of guts from Marrero, I think. Big lead at first. Another great stop from Sean Pokerock. Another swing and miss as well. 1-2 now. Nobody away in the top of the second. You check this big lead by Mason Mosteller at first. You got a brother combination with catcher and first baseman. They might have a back pick on here at some point to keep Mosteller close. Swing and a miss. Another one for Marrero. 4 punch-outs now. It's the only way Lynchburg has recorded an out so far. We're still just in the top of the second inning, but Marrero's clearly got good stuff. This is Levi Barrett now, the right fielder from Blacksburg, South Carolina. 267 hitter on the season. Connor Coy is on deck. Marrero, topside heater, was ball one. Jack Pokerock did break back to first base there. Don't know if you could see it or not. Sean Pokerock did not throw. Sometimes then you've alerted the runner. It's harder to backpick him when you fake it one time and you don't get a throw. We'll see, though. 1-0 is swung on and lifted over our heads for strike one. Lynchburg has 8-9-1 coming up in their half of inning number 2. Think about the outs Lynchburg made in that inning. One was a laser beam from Flora to end the inning. The other was Sean Pokerock's sac fly to left. He hit that on the button. The spin move from Marrero. Nice job there to keep Austin Wood close. We had stolen base numbers that we had early on. 22 for 25 for Pfeiffer stealing bags this year. 22 of 25. Lynchburg, 23 of 25. So one more and a slightly higher success rate. Close one from Lucas Marrero. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Infield back. It is a double play situation. Outfield has Levi Barrett played the opposite way. Quinn Madden's basically in alignment with the second baseman, Ben Jones, from our vantage point in the press box. There's a center cut off-speed pitch, it looked like, from Marrero. 2-2. The 2-2 coming up from Marrero. 1 out, 2 on. Checks the runner. The pitch down, and that will kick away from Sean Pokerock. Runners move up, 90 feet apiece. Now it's 2 in scoring position. Pfeiffer got Joe Javier in scoring position last inning. And we'll see if Lucas Marrero can pitch out of it. It is a full count right now to Levi Barrett. Barrett comes in 12 for 45. He's got 3 home runs, team lead in home runs for Levi Barrett. It's a Pfeiffer squad that's only hit 7. Barrett's got 3, Brandel 2. And Baden Gusa has 1, and Christian Bellatoni has 1. Swing and a miss, and it's another punch out for Lucas Marrero. He is carving them up. 5 Ks now for the sophomore lefty. And he might pitch his way out of another jam, just calling his own number. All strikeouts so far, still for Lucas Marrero. 9-hole man Connor Coy. He's a frosh from China Grove, North Carolina. The 0-0, swing and a miss. Great stop from Sean Pokerock. Marrero's just spinning that breaking ball. I talked about his bullet of a fastball. He seems to be leaning heavily on that breaking ball right now, throwing it in all counts and in all areas of the zone. Front door, back door, right down the middle and low. See if he goes back to it. I think it was off speed, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. If it's the pitch you can throw best for a strike, why not? There's some danger in giving guys more looks, letting them see the shape and the speed over and over and over again. But if it's the pitch you feel best about, might as well lean on it. Yeah, there it was again. See that sword cut from Connor Coy, the kind of half swing? 1-2. Time to call it again. Maybe it's one of those top side heaters coming up. Set him up for the breaking ball. Away target from Sean Pokerock. The pitch pulled left side, but foul. Defense normal alignment. Another guy that the center fielder Quinn Madden has shaded in the right center gap, playing the opposite way. Probably a bit more shallow than normal. Connor Coy on the season, just 1 extra base hit, 1 double out of 6 hits. Another 1-2 coming up from Lucas Marrero. Got another one, a 6-pack of strikeouts in the first 2 innings for the sophomore Lucas Marrero. He'll sit him down and leave 2 more stranded. Great effort there from Marrero. Lynchburg's got Angelilo, Moshier, and Garcia on the way next when you come back. set for the – he was halfway on the mound before Lynchburg, was done getting off the field. A lot of times pitchers will take their sweet time going out there, and sometimes pitchers are told, hey, don't run around out there. Conserve your energy. Just walk to the mound and walk from the mound. But Trent Judd was chomping at the bit to face 8-9-1 here against Lynchburg. Gavin Angelillo, 1 hit in each start. He's played in 5. 364 is the average right now for this first-year man from Suffolk. Inside pitch from Trent Lowe. Ball 1. Angelillo, Moshier, and Garcia due up in the frame for Lynchburg. We got to stay here after this half inning and send some shout-outs and hellos to people watching. And, of course, with Flo, it's on demand. So hello to you if you're watching in the future. Right now we're live on Wednesday, March the 11th. Middle fastball. And Angelillo will just study it. Now it's 1-1. Angelillo, one of those catchers. Sean Pokerock doing the catching today. Have said several times, Pokey wants to catch every game. There's something to be said for managing a guy's workload. Back to the NBA reference, load management is a dirty phrase. You're not allowed to say load management, but you want guys fresh at the end of the year, especially a spot like catching. Makes sense to get them off their feet a little bit. Whoo! This ball was absolutely ambushed down the third base line. Umpire took a while to make a call, but it certainly appeared fair. Gavin Angelillo, rip and run. He's into second with a lead-off double. An absolute smash and grab right over the third base bag. Boy, that ball was ripped. Angelillo's on. Second base hit of the ball game for Lynchburg. They've got 4 total now. Here's Kyle Moshier, 182 on the season. 14 walks, though, so the on-base percentage continues to look pretty good for Mosh. Playing third base for Lynchburg. See if it's a sacrifice bunt situation. Looks like it is. Called strike 1. Mosh was in dodge mode. Catcher Connor Coy was getting activated in case he had to either field a bunt or potentially try to pick off Angelillo at second. Brandon Garcia is on deck. The 0-1. Moshier will swing at this. Sky high. Back of the infield. Second baseman shielding his eyes from the sun, and Ethan Willard will make the catch. There's 1 out. Brandon Garcia walked his first time up and scored. Scored run number for Brandon Garcia, run number 19 of the season, run number 192 in his career. The legendary Avery Neves scored 189 times in his career. And that was in 3 years, by the way, for Avery Neves. We can get on an Avery Neves sidebar at some point. Ben Jones has scored 175 times for the Lynchburg Hornets. He's on deck right now. Brandon Garcia hitting with a 1-0 count. 1 out. Brandon Garcia rips it. There's hit number 200 in his career, and it's going to be an RBI single. Angelillo will get home. Congratulations to Brandon Garcia. 1 for 1 in the ball game. Lynchburg leads 4-0 now. Hit number 5. Hollywood, incredible. 200 hits. He joins Gavin Collins, who's the all-time leader. Gavin Collins has got 228. Stephen Scott, Jeff Taylor Jr., Joey Arthur, Anthony Palmazzano. Palmazzano's got 206, so that'll be next in Brandon Garcia's sights. Joey Arthur had 208. Garcia running, first pitch. We'll give you another all-time stat as he slides in safely. Stolen base for Brandon Garcia. He's second all-time in program history in stolen bases. 71 bags now for Brandon Garcia. 200 hits, 71 steals, 192 runs scored. And he's in scoring position for Ben Jones, the other guy we talk about all the time. How about Benny Bombs, hit number 195, yanking it through the hole. Green light for Brandon Garcia. Play at the plate. He'll just run through it safely and score. Lynchburg 5, Pfeiffer 0. Hits keep coming for the Hornets. That's 6. Wow. First inning was delightful for Lynchburg. This one's starting off in a very nice way, and it looks like a tough way for Trent Lowe to exit the ball game. I think he's going to have to pass the baton early. Hornets are rolling early. Hey, we'll stay here. and maybe mention some more of these career numbers. But here's a good time to say hello to some folks, and some folks that are watching, like Paul Garcia, Brandon Garcia's father. Paul checked in with us last game, said he really enjoyed the broadcast on Monday. And Paul has cleared his coaching schedule. Paul is a coach himself, but he's cleared his coaching schedule this year so he can make more ball games and especially make all the away doubleheaders and all those kinds of things. So great to have the Garcia family watching, and congratulations again to Brandon Garcia, career hit, number 200, sixth person to join that club. And right after he did that, Ben Jones took one step closer. Ben Jones, that's hit number 195. That ties him with Avery Neves. And Ben Jones will be knocking on the door of the 200 hit club shortly as well. We'll say hello to the Jones family. They're also down there in the Durham area, like the Garcia family. You know, the fun little tidbit there is the Garcias are Duke people and the Joneses are UNC people. So there's a friendly rivalry there. Maybe sometimes it's not so friendly, but we'll move on. Because, again, we're lovers, not fighters on this broadcast. We'll say hello to Brady Moore. Brady Moore has already checked in, and Brady Moore has done some heavy lifting with that Lynchburg record book that Garcia and Jones just continue to rewrite. Brady Moore is going to have more work to do on the Excel spreadsheet, or maybe it's a Word document that Brady's doing that on. But, Brady, hope you're doing great. Thanks for checking in. We'll say hi to Grayson Thurman. Grayson Thurman said he was going to try to get on and watch some of the cast today. And speaking of guys that have rewritten the Lynchburg record book, Grayson Thurman is one of them. My buddy Brandon Brown tuning in down there at South Boston on Flo. And Austin Higley. Austin Higley's down in Mississippi. Talk about a baseball hotbed. Southern Mississippi. They're playing great this year, aren't they, boss? But Austin, he epitomizes what it means to do the yeoman's work. You know that word and that phrase, fans, yeoman? It means you go out there and you do the work. You don't look for credit. You don't have to tell people what time you got up and what time you clocked in. You just get the job done. You do your job. Maybe you do a little extra. You don't look for extra pats on the back. You're just a yeoman out there, and that's Austin Higley. Kind of reminds me of Sean Pokerock. Could be a good nickname for Pokey, honestly, doing the yeoman's work, because catchers kind of fall under that category anyway, don't they? Here's Jack Pokerock. Maybe some more hellos as we go through and some other people checking. How about Jim Madden? Jim Madden's got to be locked on somewhere, watching that Quinn Madden bunt single. Quinn Madden is on deck. Full focus to Jack Pokerock, though. JP, Jurassic Park, he went Velociraptor on that 2-1 fastball. Facing a righty now, upstairs and high for ball one. For Lynchburg, it's a 5-0 lead already. They got out of the starters' blocks quickly, and they have not slowed down yet. Ben Jones at first. Could be a threat to run. Leaning. He will take off. High heater. Good pitch to throw on. They get him? They did. Nice catch and throw there. Connor Coy, first-year catcher. Got a topside fastball. He got out the crouch early, let it rip, and is a good tag at second base by Ethan Willard. One gone. Two gone. Pardon me. That's the second out. Kyle Moshier popped up for the first out of this half. Center cut heater to Jack Pokerock. 2-1 count. There's the discipline from Jack. You've already hit one home run. It's 2-0. Grooved him a fastball, but he decided just to let it go. There was the breaking ball inside. You almost wonder if 2-0 Jack was expecting the curveball, and that might be why he let the quick one go by. Never know. 3 balls, 1 strike. Quinn Madden on deck. Jack Pokerock, 7 home runs on the season. Good location on a tailing, sinking fastball. And now it's a full count. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Lynchburg's got 6 hits total. 3 in the inning. Jack's ready. The payoff. Drilled up the gut. What a piece there from Jack Pokerock. What a piece of hitting from JP. 7 hits in the game. Jack's got 2 of them. There's 4 in the inning. 4 hits in the inning for Lynchburg. They've scored twice. Ben Jones was erased on the caught stealing at second for out number 2. Quinn Madden, 1 for 1 with a bunt single. Perfectly placed bunt single down the first base line with the lefty Trent Lowe that was in there falling off to the other side. Classic baseball offense there. Likes the first one, smashes it to the third baseman. Javier finds it, throws it, and the inning will be over. More damage for Lynchburg. Hornets 5, Falcons 0 through 2 complete at a beautiful, sun-filled Fox Field in Lynchburg. New man on the mound for Lynchburg will be number 41, Tice Official. Lynchburg adds 2. Gavin Angelilo doubled down the line, scored on Brandon Garcia's 200th career hit. And then it was Ben Jones driving in Brandon Garcia. Ben Jones caught stealing. Jack Polkarock got left stranded for Lynchburg. It is 7 hits in the ball game now. 7, and the Hornets have officially left 2 on board. Here's Tice Official. Tice has been a bullpen guy in his time at Lynchburg. He's a hard-throwing junior. Really good slider for Tice Official, and when he's going well, it's a 2-pitch mix. Fastball, slider. For Lucas Marrero, the line's going to look pretty interesting. 2 complete, no earned runs. He surrendered 1 hit, and he didn't use his defense at all. 6 strikeouts. There was the great Bull Durham line that Brady Moore reminded me of, where Kevin Costner's character is trying to tell the pitcher, hey, throw some ground balls, get the defense involved, be more democratic. But for Lucas Marrero, I mean, 6 strikeouts. He did walk 2 and surrendered 1 hit. So it's an interesting line, but 2 innings of work, and that should put Lucas Marrero in line to possibly be used out of the bullpen this weekend. Reminder, Lynchburg will head up to Harrisonburg to take on EMU Royals Hornets. First pitch at noon on Saturday. Tice Official, Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Pitched in 8 games last year. This ball's pumped to right field. Hit pretty well. Flora on the run. Had to reroute, but he will catch it over the shoulder for out number 1. Ben Messamore flies out. It brings up Ethan Willard. Willard's hitting at .302 coming into the ball game. Did strike out in the at-bat against Lucas Marrero. For Tice, this is just his second appearance. It's basically his second in a week. He threw a week ago yesterday against Greensboro. 2 1/3 innings pitched. No strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 hit given up. So Tice looking for better here today. Last season, he was 2-1 in 8 bullpen appearances. 5.87 was the earned run average. This one banged off the foot and or leg of Ethan Willard. Last season, Official struck out 11 with 7 walks. Lynchburg's bullpen lately, in the last 5 ball games, Lynchburg's bullpen has a better earned run average than the starters. Bullpen ERA is 4.56, and that's in 25 innings and change. Bullpen has had to do some heavy lifting in the last 5 ball games. Starters in the last 5 have only thrown 17 2/3 innings. The starter ERA for Lynchburg is 6.62 in the last 5. Lynchburg's offense has really made life a little bit easier lately for the pitchers. And remember, Lynchburg has scored double-digit runs 7 times this season. 10 runs or more 7 times this year. The 2-2 coming up from Official. Went with the sweeper and missed. Willard laid off. Now the count is full with Joe Javier on deck. Javier's got the only Pfeiffer hit right now. Skylar Faircloth was the new pitcher for Pfeiffer, by the way. We'll see if Skylar Faircloth stays in. Nice location from Fischel to get it in, and then a pinball rebound off the pole to Willard. He could not complete the catch, but we're not going to hold that against him at all. It went right over the back of the umpire's head as well. That wouldn't have felt great. And, you know, some umpires wear the hockey-style mask, the one-piece mask, but our home plate umpire today, Justin Burton, he's just got the regular cap on, so that would have hurt the old noggin a little bit. This one's floated into center field. Madden broke back initially, but plenty of time to change his direction and make the grab for out number 2. 2 flyouts for Tice Fischel. And it will bring up Joe Javier. Senior third baseman has a career 360 average. 379 last year for Joe Javier. He's a complete player, playing a really good third base for Pfeiffer as well. Also a two-way man, a pitcher and a hitter for the Falcons. 110 hits in the career now for Joe Javier. 110. Very impressive. 0-1. Fischel gets ahead at the bat off Javier's shoulder, but no go, says the first base umpire. And our count is even at 1-1. Munitz, Sean Pokerock, and Flora do up for Lynchburg. Munitz singled. Pokey and Flora hit balls hard. This Lynchburg offense is really hitting another gear, aren't they? Swerve, strike 2, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 gone. Top of the third. See if Fischel goes back to the sweeper slider, or maybe it's fastball time. Javier getting a piece to stay alive. Did look like a 2-seam fastball from Tice. Tice Fischel, if you recall, likes to dye the hair different colors, express himself creatively with the hair. That's a lot of fun, and he's got the stirrups going on, so that's a fantastic look as Lynchburg's in the white on white today. Another 1-2, low and away for ball 2. 5-6-7 for Lynchburg. Joe Javier, a 3-hole hitter for Pfeiffer. Game 15 of 40 for the Falcons. Game 14 of 39 for the Lynchburg Hornets. 2-2 is fouled away. Good hard fight here from Javier. Still action in the Lynchburg bullpen. The fact that Marrero went 2 innings and, 2 walks in there, but the fact that he went short kind of makes you think it might be a bullpen day, a Johnny Holstaff kind of day. There was the sweeper from Fischel, but he started it too far out, and Javier laid off. Now the count is full. Those Johnny Holstaff days can be really, really good. You give the other team so many different looks. You see major league teams go with a bullpen day so often now. Becoming much more common. Inside fastball. Tice got his man, and it's 3 up, 3 down. Side retired in order. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Lynchburg on top, 5-0. Munitz, Pokerock, and Flora due up. Munitz, Sean Pokerock, and Kyle Flora due up for Lynchburg, who leads 5-0. A clean inning for Tice Fischel. 2 flyouts, 1 strikeout. Will await and see if Tice Fischel stays in the ballgame. Skylar Faircloth has stayed in for Pfeiffer. He's a first-year guy from Level Cross, North Carolina. This is appearance number 2. He went 1 2/3 innings against Grove City. It was back on Valentine's Day, so hasn't been out there the better part of a month. Inside pitch to Munitz. He'll take it for strike 1. In that appearance against Grove City, no strikeouts, 3 walks, surrendered 3 hits, and 5 earned runs for Skylar Faircloth. Pfeiffer was in action yesterday, 13-3, a victory against Johnson and Wales. And they've got their USA South opener against William Peace this weekend. They do 3 games in the USA South, so that's a different challenge for a ball club. Lynchburg, of course, doubleheaders on Saturdays. That can get adjusted, obviously. But the typical setup is doubleheader Saturday, 1 game during the week. How about Jolton Joe just smashing this ball? 1 hopper off the fence. Joe will take the turn to second. He'll cruise in with a stand-up double. It's back-to-back innings with lead-off doubles for Lynchburg. A 2-hit game for Joe Munitz. Munitz is really starting to catch fire. He was not exactly mired in a slump, but Joe was, I think, admittedly struggling a bit for a few games. To me, he busted right out of that. Joe Munitz against Nichols, 2 hits. 2 hits in game 1 against Washington Lee. It's a 4-game hitting streak now for Joe. And 3 of his last 4, he's got 2. And he's only had 2 at-bats today, so maybe more. Here's Sean Pokerock. Sack fly his first time up, a ball that he thought might turn into a base hit when it came out of Ben Messimore's glove, but the umpire ruled it was a catch, and Messimore lost it on the transfer. Leadoff man on for the 3rd consecutive inning for Lynchburg. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Munitz wants to run. He will. Another good pitch to throw on. High inside fastball. He's out. Second caught stealing for the first-year guy, Connor Coy. Really impressive from Connor Coy. He gets some help here on the pitch location. It's a fastball riding in. They're going to adjust the base there. It popped out when Joe Munitz slid into it. Really, really impressive from Connor Coy. He's caught 2 runners in the ball game already, 1 at second, 1 at third. That's something you can hang your hat on as a first-year catcher, or your helmet in a catcher's case. Really, you can feel good about that. We said Lynchburg, good numbers coming in. 23 of 25 entering the ball game for Lynchburg. But now that number's going to go down a bit. Brandon Garcia did have a stolen base. So I think real-time statistical update, Lynchburg should be 24 for 28 now. 86% for the Hornets. That's actually above where they were at last year. It was about 82% last year. 2-0, Sean Pokerock. 3-0, actually, beg your pardon. Forgot about the pitch to Joe Munitz there, or the pitch that Joe Munitz got thrown out on, rather. 8 hits in the ball game for Lynchburg. That's just walk number 2. I feel compelled to give you the walk numbers. Lynchburg took a lot of them against Nichols, and this season they're up to 100 now. 7.5 walks per game. Statistically coming in, it was 7.54. That's well over their average from last year, which was 6.2. Last season they were second in the country in drawing walks. Fastball well wide. Kyle Flora takes it. Only second pitch he's seen this game. He busted a first pitch to center field, a ball he really hit well, but right at the center fielder, Christian Bellatoni. 9 double plays in the season for Pfeiffer, in 1 less game than Lynchburg as well. I'm wrong, in 1 more game than Lynchburg. Pfeiffer is 5-9. Lynchburg 9-3-1. I've got to double check my math now. Always get confused on this stuff. 13 games played for Lynchburg, 14 for Pfeiffer. Should have trusted myself. Short mound visit there. Now we're back to work. 2 balls, no strikes for Kyle Flora. Came into the game hitting .313. Gavin Angelilo is on deck. He's 1 for 1 today. Scored the run. Lynchburg leads 5-0. That one will catch the top rail of the strike zone, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Flo. Flo's got that warp speed. We talked about that earlier. He's Got that great combo, power and speed. And good hand-eye coordination. That makes you a complete hitter right there. The 2-1. He's late, jammed. Chopper to the second baseman. They'll get Flo by a step at first. The only way to go is Sean Pokerock was moving pretty quickly into second. 4-3. Now it's 2 gone in the bottom of the third. Gavin Angelillo with a double, and he extends that hit streak. 5-game hit streak. It's 1 hit in all 5 starts. He's yet to have a multi-hit game, so perhaps he can check that box right here. First offering from Faircloth hasn't happened yet. Now he'll kick and fire. Yeah, Angelillo looked like he might have been wanting to get that multi-hit game out of the way quickly. It will be strike 1 as he tried to hold up. Pokerock at second, good speed. He'll be a threat to score on an Angelillo base hit. This one's down low. Nice hold from Gavin Angelillo. Lynchburg as a team, 304 is the batting average. It was 311 last year. Slugging is way up this season. 507 the slugging percentage coming in. And Lynchburg in this one already has 2 doubles and a homer. So that number could be going up. Angelillo can't get on top of the 1-1 fastball. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kyle Moshier is on deck. Mosh is 0 for 1. Lynchburg extra base hits per game is at 3.84. They've got 18 home runs already through 14 games. Last year the team had 30 home runs in 50 games. We'll check the math on that at some point. Angelillo will rearrange a 1-2 breaking ball. Sean Pokerock will wheel it home, and Lynchburg has scored their 6th run of the ball game, and there is the first career multi-hit game for Gavin Angelillo. The Frosh stays on that 2-strike delivery to drive in Sean Pokerock. 9 hits in the ball game for Lynchburg. 9. Here's Kyle Moshier. 9 was the number of home runs that Mosh had in his Roanoke career. Former Old Dominion Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year, Kyle Moshier. That rolls off the tongue a bit. Yeah, we'll check some numbers on the home runs per game. Mosh is under the first pitch, and it's an 0-1 count pretty quickly. Home runs, of course, are not the only thing that affects the slugging percentage. It's the doubles and the triples as well. And the singles affect the slugging percentage. If you got, all singles, you would still have a slugging percentage. It would just be the same as your batting average. And that's kind of why the slug is always higher than the batting average. Well, I shouldn't say always, but more often than not. 0-2 hole for Kyle Moshier. Mosh on the season has some extra base hits. His average is 182. He's slugging 273. 0-2 fastball off the plate. Looked like Faircloth thought it caught a shade of the outer black, but we'll try it again here. 1-2. Faircloth, that wide open stance to check the runner. Who knows? Angelillo might be a threat to take off. Moshier sends this ball to center. Not going to be enough to drive the outfielder Christian Bellatoni back. In fact, he'll have to run in and make the catch. And that's the end of the third. Lynchburg, 1 run, 2 hits. They leave 1 runner stranded. No Pfeiffer errors. And it's Hornets on top, 6-0 after 3 complete at Fox Field. through 3 complete. It's Lynchburg 6, Pfeiffer 0. Falcons, no runs on 1 hit, no defensive errors. They've left 3 on board, all 3 in scoring position. Lynchburg's got 6 runs on 9 hits, 3 extra base hits in there. No Lynchburg errors, 3 left on for the Hornets, who are in command. This is how Nichols started, 6-0 run. And we mentioned there that Lynchburg might still have some scar tissue from blowing a 7-0 lead against Washington and Lee and then tying that game 9-9. And that's still a message as Tice Fischel gets a wave by from Jack Brandel. That's still a message the coaches can use in a situation like this. They can say, hey, 6 is not enough, boys. Let's keep scoring. Anything can happen. Don't take anything for granted. Don't take this Pfeiffer team for granted. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tice Fischel in his 2nd inning of work. We're in the top of the 4th here at Fox Field. Sunshine-filled Wednesday afternoon. Some breeze, too. 85 degrees. Finally feels like Boys of Summer. We call baseball, you know, the Boys of Summer, that great song from Don Henley and all that. But with college baseball, you start in the winter, you end in the spring. You don't even really get to play in summer, as Tice Fischel will put Jack Brandel on. 3rd walk of the ball game for Pfeiffer. First one that Tice has issued. Lynchburg's got 1, 2, 3 coming up in their half of the 4th. And I ran down the Lynchburg home run numbers. We'll give you some mathematics when Lynchburg comes to hit, or maybe we'll just stay here in the middle of the 4th. Austin Wood, shortstop, walked, swings on the first pitch. Long run for Joe Munitz, left center gap. Boy, Joe Munitz has run down a lot of balls in the last week. He really gets great reads. Good speed for Joe Munitz as well. We've noted that on the bases. The way he rounds the bags, he gets at that 45-degree angle, almost like he's at one of those NASCAR tracks with the banking the way Joe Munitz runs. But he runs pretty good straight up, and he tracks down that long fly ball from Austin Wood for out number 1 of the inning. Mason Mosteller, DH. First-year man with 1 hit. This is his 2nd start. Walked the first time up. He'll hack at the first one as well. Pfeiffer's got a green light concept here. Back-to-back pitches. They've gone after the first offering from Tice Fischel. Lynchburg bullpen continues to be active. Maybe it's 2 innings per guy today. A lot of times on those bullpen days, it's 1 for everybody, but there's always different options and different plans, and some of it might involve pitch counts as well. I think for a lot of college coaches, that pitch count is more the number they're looking at rather than just an inning. If you can get out of an inning in 5 pitches, well, maybe we might give you 3 or 4. If it takes you 20 pitches, you might only get 1 inning. 0-2 coming up here for Tice Fischel. Oh, that was nasty. Tice Fischel broke off a sweet hook on Mosteller, and he couldn't pull the trigger. That's Tice's 2nd strikeout. 8th of the ball game for Lynchburg pitchers. Lucas Marrero got 2 in 3 innings. He got every out. Or Marrero got 6 in 2 innings, rather. Sorry. Marrero got every out via the strikeout. 2 gone. There's another breaking ball from Fischel. And when he's commanding that, look out. Because, again, he's got enough velocity to beat your bat, make you uncomfortable. When he can snap off that breaking ball in different counts and throw it to different areas. There it was again. Got a front door that time. Started at the front elbow, front hip. Let it try to break across the plate. Not sure if that one was going to be a strike, but Christian Bellatoni swiped it foul. And it's 0-2. Bellatoni played a bit last year but didn't have any hits. He's .333 this year. The 0-2 from Fischel. Yeah, went with the slider again, just off. Great piece of pitching. Got a feel for it, see if he'll chase it. If not, he just set up 1 and 2 now. See where Fischel goes. Outside target again from Sean Pokerock. The 1-2, fouled away. We'll rerun it with 2 gone and a runner on in the top of the 4th. Garcia Jones and Jack Pokerock coming up for Lynchburg. See if Tice Fischel can miss a batter. Maybe get a ground ball. No ground ball out yet for Pfeiffer. It's all flyouts and strikeouts. Fischel holds the 1-2. Trying to go same location. Slider off and Bellatoni laid off. Levi Barrett is on deck. Pfeiffer has struck out 8 times. And then you've got an F9, F8, and an F7. Those are the outs. No ground ball outs yet. 1 single for the Falcons. Another fly ball out. Is it going to be Ben Jones or the center fielder Quinn Madden? It will be Quinn Madden. Hat off. He'll let Kyle Flora pick that up as he just continues the jog in the dugout. That's a lot of fun. We'll stay here in the middle of the 4th. It's Lynchburg 6, Pfeiffer nothing. Falcons have now stranded 4. Lynchburg has stranded 3, 1 in every inning. Hornets have scored 6. The home run numbers now. Jack Polkarock hit his 7th home run of the season for JP. He's left the yard now 7 times. Ben Jones has 5 dingers. Quinn Madden, 3 bombs. You got a home run apiece from Ryder Warren, Connor Moore, and Kyle Flora. That adds up to 18 home runs. Lynchburg, this is in their 14th game. Now, we've still got 2/3 of this game to go. But 18 divided by 14 is 1.28, 1.29 home runs per game. So Lynchburg is averaging more than 1 dong per game, 1.3 per game. Last year, it was 30 jacks in 50 ball games for Lynchburg. Lynchburg was 41-9, by the way, last year. Just still marvel at that. But Lynchburg, 30 home runs in 50 games last year. That equates to just over half a home run per game at 0.6. So they've basically doubled the home run output. And I do like to point out that typically you don't have quite as many home runs in the early stages of the year. We'll say Lynchburg is a third of the way through the season. In fact, the math, 13 games played is exactly 33% of 39. So Lynchburg's not quite to the halfway mark, but they're past the quarter pole in this season. And a lot of times early in the year, with the cold weather, the ball doesn't fly as well. Plus, generally, hitters are behind pitchers early in the season. That's generally the thought. Doesn't always work that way. And obviously this Lynchburg offense has found some heat and found some ways to pressure arms already this season. 9-3-1 this year for Lynchburg as Brandon Garcia takes strike 1. Called strike 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Garcia's 1 for 1 with a walk, single. He's scored 2 of the 6 runs. What else can we say about Brandon Garcia? It's 72 stolen bases now with the one he had earlier in this game. 72. Jeff Taylor, who played from 2007 to 2010, had 101 stolen bases. I don't know that that's in play for Brandon Garcia. Let's see. He would need a lot more. Should be able to do that math on the fly. Brandon Garcia he would need 29 more to tie. Ground ball up the middle, gets snagged by Faircloth. He'll underarm it over there and get Brandon Garcia. Hollywood retired for the first time today. And there's 1 away in the home half of the 4th. Here's Benton Jones. He's got a hit. He drove in Brandon Garcia. Ben Jones, team average leader last year at 373. We give so many career numbers for guys like Ben Jones and Brandon Garcia that sometimes we don't probably give the previous season or single seasons enough. 373 last year for Ben Jones, and that was while taking 60 walks. 60 base on balls for Ben Jones was a Division III lead. He is the active collegiate baseball leader in walks. Another career number. Check swing. Jones held. It's ball 2. What about RBIs? Ben Jones has driven in a lot of teammates over the years. He's got 20 now this season after driving in Brandon Garcia, and 159 in his career. 159 ribbies in the career for Ben Jones. And Ben Jones is currently 4th all-time in school history in that mark, RBI. He could catch Gavin Collins, maybe, who's sitting in 3rd with 171. How about this rope? He'll arc it over the infield into the corner. Ben Jones looking for 2. He'll tap the brakes. Great intent out of the box. He's thinking 2 right away, and then you can always get on the binders and go back to first base when you need to. That's what Ben Jones did. 2-hit game for Ben Jones. He's staying hot. Ben Jones did ground out in this ball game. For Ben Jones now, in his last 6, the batting average is 480. 480 in his last 6 games. Here's Jack Pokerock, 2 for 2. Single, homer. This one's just under the letters and called ball 1. Skylar Faircloth. This is the first batter he faced in the ball game. Faircloth gave up a middle single to Jack Pokerock. 1-0. In some ways, if you can keep JP in the ballpark, that's a small win. If you only give him 1 base, that's a small win. I mean, Jack Pokerock, in addition to having 7 homers now, has 4 doubles and a triple. Had his first triple of the season on Monday against Nichols. His slugging percentage is over 1,000 now. 2-0. Pokerock waits. Good long hold there. Went inside. I think Pokey just missed that. This is down the line. Fair territory. It will drop. Ben Jones has to hustle to second. He'll get there. Probably going to be a 3-hit day now for Jack Pokerock. That one stayed in the air for a long time. Second baseman on that play, Ethan Willard, he's got the best chance to catch that ball in one of those tricky triangles between first, second, and right field. Runners on first and second. And Ben Jones has to hold because if that ball's caught, he can't wander off too much. They'll throw behind and double him off. So really pretty good base running by Ben Jones to kind of inch as he saw it was going to be a struggle. Runners on first and second now. 1 away, the bottom of the 4th. Here's Quinn Madden. Big cut there from Madden. It's a game-changing kind of swing right there. Lynchburg already leads 6-0. That was a kind of swing that could almost put the game out of reach. Almost. Quinn Madden is 1 for 2. 3 bolts on the year for Quinn Madden. Did he get another one here? Nope, not enough this time. And it's in catching distance for Ben Messimore. Messimore hauls it home for the second out of the inning. Madden just missed one there. Good swing, but he's stuck on 1 for 3 right now after his bunt single. Here's Joe Munitz. Jolton Joe's 2 for 2. Double and a single. Lynchburg, 11 hits in the game. 11. 2 in this inning. This is a steady, consistent attack. In some ways, this is almost a diabolical attack when you got guys at the bottom of the order that would be hitting in a lot of people's middle of the lineup. Breaker, south of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Sean Pokerock on deck. And again, how about how that relates this lineup with Sean Pokerock? I mean, this is a guy, Pokey, who hit cleanup for a national championship team in 2023 here at Lynchburg. He's moved around the order some this year. I think it's high value because you know he's going to produce wherever he's at. There's no soft spots in this Lynchburg lineup. Called strike 1 on Joe Munitz. Lynchburg 2-0-1 in their last 3. They've won 2 of their last 3 and tied 1. Joe on the 1-1. Down the line. This could be a long run for Messimore. Made the catch. Sliding in foul territory. He'll grab it to end the 4th inning. First frame, Lynchburg hasn't scored. Hornets get no runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 stranded. Fine play there by Messimore to get out of the inning damage-free. It will be a third pitcher to begin the top of the fifth for Lynchburg. 2 innings for Lucas Marrero, 2 innings for Tice Fischel. They've combined to strike out 8 and only yield 1 hit so far. And now the ball is in Justin Davis's right hand. We've been getting more and more looks at Justin Davis. Excited to tell you more about this tall right-hander. 6'4", 235, first year from Cary, North Carolina. And the numbers have been good. He pitched on Monday against Nichols. 2/3 of an inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Just efficient work, facing 2 batters and throwing 8 pitches in that 14-4 win. I might have said 13-3 earlier. Lynchburg beat Nichols 14-4 on the season now. Justin Davis, this will be appearance number 4. The earned run average is 4.50. So Lynchburg, in that Nichols game, the bullpen had to do quite a bit of work. Nick Matfield went 4 2/3 innings, and once again we'll say congratulations to Nick for career win number 28. That ties him for the program lead all-time with Zach Potts. And Zach Potts, shout out to Zach Potts, who's still pitching at William & Mary. But 4 2/3, that means the bullpen ate up the rest of the work there for Lynchburg. 4 1/3 for the bullpen. And they only allowed 1 earned run. No, the bullpen actually, allowed no earned runs against Nichols. It was 1 earned run as a unit. Nick Matfield gave that up in his 4 2/3. So the rest of the team allowing no earned runs. That was Davis Watson, Austin Riney, this man Justin Davis, Hunter Overstreet, and Eli Loftman. Cue shot backwards for number 2, Levi Barrett. Barrett struck out against Marrero, one of 6 K victims for the Lynchburg starter. Tice Fischel has struck out 2. But when the bullpen is getting it done like this, back to what I was saying about those major league teams, a bullpen Johnny Holstaff day is not a bad option at all. Davis working from the windup. 0-2 count here on Levi Barrett. He's a sophomore. Hit .299 last year. Average coming in today was .267. Painting the corner. Justin Davis with his first strikeout. Got his man looking. 9th punch out for Lynchburg as a unit here in this ball game. We're just in the top of the 5th inning. Nichols, as a team, struck out 11 times against Lynchburg pitchers on Monday. Lynchburg arms K'd 11, walked 2. Gave up 9 hits. They were fairly scattered, and again, just 1 earned run yielded by the Lynchburg pitching staff. 4th time this season, Lynchburg has surrendered 2 earned runs or less. 4th time this year, Lynchburg as a unit has given up 2 earned runs or less in a game. They are predictably 4-0 in those games. Actually did lose a game last year, 24-1 last season, when they gave up 2 earned runs or less. The 1-1. Look at that steep breaking ball from Justin Davis. He's got that depth. Comes at you with a fairly over-the-top arm action. He can use that 12-6 breaker. Just slams it down on you. 1-2 on Connor Coy. Went with it again. It might have been a little bit more rounded, or maybe it was just a sweeper or a slider. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lynchburg outfield shaded heavily the opposite way on Coy. He'll slap it to the left side of the infield. Moshier on 2 hops, unloads. Nice job by Jack Polkarock to stay anchored there and make a high grab for the second out. First ground out of the ball game for Pfeiffer. First ground out. 4 flyouts for the Falcons, which kind of fits the nickname, but 4 flyouts for the Falcons. They've struck out 9 times, and now 1 ground ball out. 5-3. Moshier to Jay Polkarock. 0-0 to the leadoff man, Ben Messamore. That just missed there from Davis. That's a fantastic location. Targeting that lower outside corner of the strike zone. He probably missed by a ball and a half. Not much. There's the curveball. Comes back with it. Boy, Davis is pitching with confidence, too. You can see it. Just kind of can see it in the mannerisms. He's deliberate. No wasted motion. No hesitation. Locking his mechanics there. Ooh, curveball was belted at the third baseman, Moshier. Went off his body. Like maybe it hit him left forearm, left elbow. Looks like he's waved off the athletic trainer. Probably got to be a hit just on how hard it was ripped there by Ben Messimore. If it is, it'll be a 9-game hitting streak now for Messimore. They are going to call that a base hit. 2 hits in the game now for Pfeiffer. Messimore is 1 for 3. Here's Ethan Willard, struck out, flew out to center. Third pitcher he has faced. Third arm Lynchburg has used. Just 2 so far for Pfeiffer. Faircloth has done a good job of minimizing damage. Pitching to contact. Lynchburg's only walked twice. Starter Trent Lowe walked 1 Hornet hitter. Faircloth has walked 1. 11 hits for Lynchburg, though. 3 extra base hits. Sean Pokerock will throw down to his brother. Messimore back safely in time. 2 balls, no strikes for Davis. Looked great out of the windup. Seeing him in the set position now, the stretch with a runner on first. Davis is ready to go. Hands just above the belt. Nice deep breath, kicks and fires. Ground ball right at Ben Jones. Routine fungo style there. He'll flip it to Jack Pokerock for the final out in the top of the 5th. 1 on, 1 left stranded. Pfeiffer still blanked through their 5 innings of offense. Here comes Lynchburg in the bottom of the frame. Hornets will send Sean Pokerock, Kyle Flora, and Gavin Angelilo to the dish. New arm for the Pfeiffer Falcons on the mound. Sounded like it was announced as number 15, Trip Beck. He's a 6-foot, 185-pound junior from Thomasville, North Carolina. Trip Beck on to try to neutralize this very good Lynchburg offense that has 6 runs. Nothing really, I would say, out of the ordinary for Lynchburg. They scored 6 early runs on Monday against Nichols. Scored 10 in Game 1 against Washington and Lee. Ended up being 9 in Game 2. But this Lynchburg offense is really, really rising to the occasion as the weather warms up. Their bats continue to do that. Although you got to think, Lynchburg scored some runs early in the season as well. We'll tell you run-scoring numbers here. It was 10 in the opener against George Fox. That was back on February 13th. Only scored 3 against Rhodes. 7 against Piedmont, 12 against Cortland, 12 against Salisbury. And remember, those were ranked opponents down at that D3 showcase in Greensboro. 4 spot against York in Game 1, 16 against the Spartans in Game 2, 4 against York in Game 3, 15 against Greensboro last week, 3 against Maryville, then 10, 9, 14, and 6 today. So kind of for a while in there between the first York game and maybe that Maryville game, it was a high-scoring game and then a lower number, a 3 or 4 or 5 run. But I think overall indications and the overall trajectory of this Lynchburg offense continues to be great. It continues to rise. And I'll say again, they can really run amok on a defense. They hit it. They take the walks. They will get hit. They will steal bases. Asterisk, though, Lynchburg has been thrown out twice today trying to steal, 1 for 3 total. Beck wasn't close on his first offering to Sean Pokerock, who is 0 for 0. Sack fly and a walk. Pokey hit that sack fly hard, right on the button to left field. Pokerock, Flora, Angelilo. Flora's hitless 0 for 2. Moshier is 0 for 2. Rest of the lineup has at least 1 base hit. Pokerock does not. But that tailing action on that two-seamer there. Pokerok's in a 1-2 hole. Nice pitch from Trip Beck. Pokey hit .309 last season. He was in the middle of the lineup last year, 4 and 5 usually. He'll work late with 2 strikes and send that one towards our fans. Hope everybody's okay over there. We do have a good crowd today enjoying the sunshine. And I'm not sure if you've seen it, folks, but we got the umbrellas down the first base line so you can get shielded on a sunny day like this. High heater. Pokerok can't catch up and he can't connect. Strikeout number 1 of the game for Lynchburg hitters and Pfeiffer pitchers. But yeah, you can catch some rays and some fresh air on a game like today. But then you can also get a break from the sunshine with those umbrellas down the right field side. Great vantage point to watch a game there on the hill overlooking Fox Field. Curveball called strike 1 to Kyle Flora. Trip Beck's got good stuff. Previously played at Methodist. This season, this is appearance number 2. He pitched 1 inning. Struck out 2, walked 2. 4 hits surrendered. And he also pitched against Swarthmore. It was in a win for Pfeiffer. Falcons are 5-9 this year. Coming off a victory yesterday, 13-3 against Johnson and Wales. Another miss. It's a 2-1 count now to Kyle Flora. 15 hits on the season for the first-year man. Got 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer in there. And Jalilo's got 6 hits now, finally with his first collegiate multi-hit game. Shouldn't say finally. It's only start number 5 for Gavin Angelilo. And really, that's probably pretty good to have 1 out of 5 games you've got multiple hits in. And he's got a hit in every game he started. Good marks. Mo Shear got the head out on an inside pitch, but couldn't keep it between the poles. We'll rerun it at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom 5 at the Fox Fortress on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. Lynchburg's got 10 in a row against the Falcons. 10-plus runs in the last 8. This has been a high-scoring matchup. Midweek game. You're probably saving arms for the weekend. That's part of it. Lynchburg being really good is part of it. And the Falcons have always had an aggressive offense that can score runs. That's a wild mark right there. Lynchburg, 10-plus runs last 8 times these teams have matched up. Chopper in front of the second base bag. Flora's going to be safe. Probably going to be Lynchburg's 12th hit of the ball game. Shortstop Austin Wood was going to have to really bustle to that one and get a clean release and strong throw. 12 hits for Lynchburg. 9 singles, 1 homer, 2 doubles. Gavin Angelilo's got one of the doubles. He's got one of the singles. Angelilo has scored once. He's driven in a runner. Kyle Moshier on deck is 0 for 2. There's 1 out. Stiff breeze here at Fox, kind of blowing left to right across the track. Ball 1 to Gavin Angelilo. Both pitchers have used 3 arms now. Let's see if Justin Davis stays out for the second inning of work like his predecessors Lucas Marrero and Tice Fischel did. Beck, hands below the waist, kicks and deals. Foul ball, that got our umpire. Catcher's going to walk out and give the home plate guy a chance to compose himself a bit. Noon first pitch for Lynchburg against EMU. That ball game is in Harrisonburg, and then 1 week from today, it's a Code Red matchup for Lynchburg, hosting Hampton-Sydney on Wednesday, March the 18th. Hope to see you out at the ballpark or watching with LHSN on Flow. Swing and a miss from Angelilo. Beck's got some stuff that's hard to figure out. He's a puzzle piece out there. Maybe control issues. Sometimes that can help a pitcher. Remember the phrase effectively wild? Beck could fall into that category here. Just hard to know when he's going to be around the zone or in the zone. And it kind of sneaks up on you with the velo and the breaking ball. There it was again. That one just under the zone. Now it runs it to 2-2 for Gavin Angelilo. 1 out. Runner on first is Kyle Flora. He'll be a threat to run, but when you've had 2 runners erased on the bases, might be red light time for those Lynchburg runners. That one skips into the catcher's glove. Now the count is full. Probably increases the chances that you could see Flora take off. It's not the full count with 2 outs head start, but not a bad time to get a little action on the bases. Lynchburg's had plenty of traffic. 12 singles, 2 walks. Angelilo ropes this one into left field. How about a 3-hit day for the first year? Gavin Angelilo. 2 singles, a double. He is raking. He is absolutely mashing. His hit streak is at 5. He's got a hit in every start this year. And now it's his first 3-hit game. Wow. Stay hot, Gavin Angelilo. 18 pitches here for Beck. For Beck, this is the 4th hitter he's faced. There's 1 gone, bottom 5, 2 runners on. Flora in scoring position with good wheels. Here's the first pitch to Moshier. That is just north of the zone for ball 1. Brandon Garcia is on deck. Hollywood is 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. A 13-hit explosion right now for Lynchburg. Hornets, 11 hits in 9 innings against Nichols. Now, Lynchburg did take a lot of walks against Nichols, 12 free passes. We combined the base hits, the walks, and 3 hit batters on Monday against Nichols. It's Moshier. Gets the bat off the shoulder for a check swing. It's called strike 1. 26 base runners total for Lynchburg on Monday against Nichols. 26 runners. 11 hits, 12 walks, 3 hit by pitch. Doesn't count any errors in there. Fly ball, right field, softly and caught. Flora is going to fake a tag. And there's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th. It will be the top of the order with Brandon Garcia. Table setter leadoff man, but he can also punch the clock and drive runners in. 1 for 2 today. Ben Jones on deck is 2 for 3. Ben Jones, if you didn't hear, was named the Old Dominion Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Shortstop up the middle, partly holding Flora, but maybe also a defensive shift on Brandon Garcia. First pitch is right down the heart. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Outfield's got Garcia played slightly to pull. Lynchburg put up 3 in the first inning, 2 in the second, 1 in the bottom of the third, and they got blanked last frame for the first time, 0 in the 4th. The 0-1 is low and inside. Good sliding backhand from Connor Coy. Coy's thrown out 2 runners. Give the 3 Pfeiffer pitchers some credit for quick deliveries and keeping potential base stealers close. 16 base runners through 4 2/3 innings right now for the Lynchburg offense. 13 hits and 2 walks. That's 15. Did the math wrong. 15 base runners, not shabby. Through basically half a game. Lynchburg's the home team. Might not get to bat in the 9th. And that's another note about Lynchburg. We'll say it was 26 base runners in 8 innings of offense for Lynchburg. They did not need to hit in the bottom of the 9th. Really impressive what they did. On Monday, Jack Pokerock had 3 hits. A hit apiece for Brandon Garcia, Ben Jones, Sean Pokerock, Kyle Flora, Gavin Angelilo, Kyle Moshier. We'll run down the hit totals for today. At some point, Garcia trying to get his 2nd. He won't. That's in the Pfeiffer bullpen. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. See if Brandon Garcia can keep the breaking ball between the lines if Beck goes to it. Might be fastball time here. The pitch, It was a fastball, but not hittable, and it's ball 2. Three, 4, 5 due up for Pfeiffer in their half of the 6th inning. Falcons are only down 6 right now. Got to close the door on the 5th, and they can try to get busy on offense and fight their way back in this. Garcia gets a piece, floats it to right field. Right fielder coming on is Levi Barrett. He'll make the grab. Lynchburg once again gets 2 on, but they strand 2. Nothing across in the 5th inning, and the Hornets' lead will hold at 6-0. We've reached the top of the 6th inning. Justin Davis still pitching for Lynchburg. Looks like we're going to stick to that each pitcher gets 2 inning concept. Justin Davis threw 16 in his first inning of work. I have already mentioned that sometimes the pitch count is more what's in play rather than the actual innings pitched. Good work from Justin Davis. Did surrender the second hit of the ball game for Pfeiffer. It was a ball that Messamore hit kind of off the body and arm of Kyle Moshier at third base. Here we go. It's Joe Javier. He's got the other Falcon hit, struck out on a fastball in against Tice Fischel. First time he's faced Justin Davis. And a lot of times you can match up these bullpen days to where each hitter only faces a guy one time. There's some real value in that as well. 1-0 start here as Davis missed the zone. Jack Brandel is on deck. Davis went back under the hands, also a ball. Javier, Brandel, and Wood for Pfeiffer. 3-4-5 for the Falcons, who are only down 6. But if you're Pfeiffer, you got to start chipping away at it here. You can't expect to have a big, massive kind of an inning. But those do happen, of course, as we know. Pfeiffer looking at some run-scoring totals for the Falcons this year. And Pfeiffer has not been shut out at all this season. So they'll look to remedy this quickly. They have been held to 2 and scored 3 runs a couple times. Pfeiffer offensively is always known as a team that can really bang the ball around the ballpark. Here comes a mound visit from Sean Pokerock after the walk to Joe Javier. That is the 3rd walk that Hornet pitchers have issued. Correction, it's the 4th. Sometimes it really does help to look at your score sheet before you say these things. But it's 4 walks for Lynchburg pitchers. On Monday, for reference, Hornets only walked 2. It's 11 strikeouts, 2 walks. Lynchburg did surrender 9 hits to Nichols on Monday. New day, new competition, new opportunities. It's one thing that Travis Beasley always talks about. I love he talks about opportunities. Don't see things as a threat or a negative. See them as a challenge or an opportunity. I think a lot of the great coaches have that. It doesn't mean that you're just always an optimist or you're always positive. I think Travis Beasley will tell the team and the guys when they need to get better. As Justin Davis, he'll let that go for Moshier. Mosh thrown across, got him at first for the initial out of inning number 6. It will be a successful sacrifice for Jack Brandel. I think he was more of a base hit bunt concept with his ball club down 6, but it does move Javier into scoring position. And with one gone in the frame, it will bring up the shortstop, Austin Wood. He's 0 for 1, walked and flew out to left. Hit a ball well that Joe Munitz had to get on his unicycle for. Mason Mosteller is on deck for Pfeiffer. And for Lynchburg, it'll be 2, 3, 4. Jones, Pokerock, and Madden due up in their half of the 6th. Davis at the belt, checks the runner. Not a tight hold there. As I say that, Ben Jones will break back, and Mr. Joe Javier's back in plenty of time. Lynchburg pitchers batting average against. That's another metric to look at, and this is a good time for this because it looks like we're going to have a pitching change now. Batting average against is 273 this year. It was 250 last year. So opponents could only scratch out base hits 1 out of every 4 times in their at-bats against Lynchburg pitchers. It's a little higher this year at 273. I mentioned another metric to judge arms and staffs is that K-to-walk ratio, and that's better this year for Lynchburg than last year at 2.93, almost 3 strikeouts for every walk for Lynchburg. And they've basically got that going on right now, and that was lower last year at 2.53. So there's all different numbers you can look at. There's almost too many numbers, and I probably give too many of those stats, but it's a 3-hour baseball game, so you got time for that. And a lot of times they do give you context and a way to tell the story. As we will figure out who the 4th Lynchburg pitcher is going to be. And for Justin Davis, it was not the 2 innings, but it was more like 25 pitches. So in line kind of with what we were talking about. And now the ball is Trent Judd's. Trent Judd has really been the guy out of the bullpen this year. In that middle inning stopper kind of a role, not a closer, not in the 8th and the 9th, although Trent Judd can certainly do that as well. But he's entered in a lot of games around this time to try to stop a potential rally, can be a bridge guy to the closer, Colin McGuire. Trent Judd on the year has been outstanding. 1-0 is the record, 2.13 is the earned run average. This will be appearance number 6. And his K-to-walk ratio is elite, 13 punch-outs to only 4 free passes for Trent Judd. He was not scored upon until the weekend in Game 1 against Washington and Lee. Trent Judd enters with a runner on, 1 out in the top of the 6th inning and in a 6-0 ball game. Can be a little bit of a weird one for relievers when you're coming in a game that's 6-0. It's not a true blowout, but it's not one of those close one swing of the bat games either. Sometimes hard to get yourself where you need to be at a focus level, an intent level, when you got a game that's in this zone. When it's 12-0, you're just carefree. It feels like a bullpen. You're just letting it fly. When it's a close game, you got the right amount of adrenaline and blood pumping, and you kind of get some of that laser focus because of that. 6-0 can be weird. I think not a bad move, though, to give it to a guy like Trent Judd, who really pitches well in any situation. He doesn't need necessarily a situation to get himself jazzed up. He's going to be ready to go right here just to do well for himself and the team. Hope that makes sense. I think you get that in all sports to where, if it's a blowout, the game is kind of played differently. Guys might play individually differently. 0-1. Good early indication for Trent Judd against Austin Wood. Wood's got 110 hits in his career, none today. Kyle Moshier looked the runner back at second and then laser across to Jack Pokerock. A good third base play by Moshe. Couple 5-3s in the inning. And there will be 2 outs now. To face Mason Mosteller, the DH has struck out looking and walked in start number 2 of his career. No pinch hit coming up here as our umpire will wave up to us. This is number 1, Baden Gusa. Baden Gusa's got a home run on the season, senior from Thomasville, North Carolina. So he'll plug into the DH spot unless we got one of those fun double switches coming. Left on right matchup for Pfeiffer. that could be part of the arithmetic here. Baden Goose has had a solid career for the Falcons. He's played in 50 now with this ball game, 30 starts over the course of his 4-year campaign. He's a .268 lifetime hitter, 6 hits this year. 1-1 for Trent Judd. Hard fastball, hard slider. He'll mix the other things in too, but much like we were saying with Tice Fischel, when Trent Judd really gets cooking, a lot of times it's just a 2-pitch mix necessary. Right on left matchup might mean Judd throws the changeup a bit more. We'll see. Comes set from the open stance, now rocks over the rubber and fires. Yeah, went with the changeup there. Just a bit low. We could go on a changeup deep dive. Shallow, medium end dive maybe. 2 outs. Never a great idea to start a long story then. The 3-1 from Trent Judd. Pulled to right field. Flora sees it. Couple moves, and he's got it in the sunlight for out number 3. 1 on, none across for Pfeiffer in the top of the 6th. Shutout holds Lynchburg on top, moving to the home half of the 6th inning. We are ready here for the bottom of the 6th at Fox Field. Kyle Haney hanging out with you. A crowded but not rowdy press box. A mild-mannered, well-behaved press box. A lot of football talk going on. For it to be baseball season and also an NBA history night last night. And I don't know. I guess you got the Players' Championship in golf. Not many golf fans in here, but there's an awful lot of football free agent talk. But I'm told that the free agency news is popping off right now, so maybe that makes sense. And the WBC, I mean, if the U.S. gets eliminated, that is probably going to make it less interesting for most fans, but hopefully we got some international fans watching. That'd be dope if we had people watching around the world on Flow College, rooting for different teams in the WBC. It's always fun, watching. It's not the Czech Republic anymore. It's Czechia now. But they're fun, and their guy got that standing ovation from the Japanese crowd last night. That was a 0-0 ball game between Czechia and Japan. And the Japanese, their baseball culture is just absolutely incredible. Ben Jones steps in, so we should probably get back to this baseball game and the culture that we have here on Fox Field. Ben Jones, 2 for 3. But Canada with a little bit of an upset against Puerto Rico last night. Mild upset, nothing like that Italy over the United States upset. But, mild upset there for the Maple Leafs. I don't think that's their nickname for the Canadian baseball team, but it would be fun to have a cool nickname like that. We always used to talk about Latin American baseball culture with our great friends Oscar Garcia and Gabe Garcia. Maybe the Garcia brothers, one or both, could be checking in. Team Venezuela, they had a good WBC. 2-0. Ben Jones will whiff on the fastball. Jones, Pokerock, Madden. Benny Jones has got 2 hits. Jack Pokerock's got 3. Quinn Madden 1. Joe Munitz 2 hits. 3 hits for Gavin Angelillo. Lynchburg's got 2 hitters with 3 hit days. We need somebody on cycle watch. We need to see a cycle at some point in 2026. I mean, Jack Pokerock's got a homer and 2 singles, so it's theoretically in play. Gavin Angelillo's got a double in 2 singles, so theoretically in play. 2-2 to Ben Jones. That was behind him, and it clipped. I think the back heel there, maybe even the calf from Ben Jones. Hit by pitch. Leadoff man on again. Lynchburg's had that leadoff runner on in 4 of their 6 innings. Here's Jack Pokerock. He can make the most of a runner on. Bashing the ball around the yard. 2-run home run for JP in the first inning. Into the woodwork over the Welcome to Fox sign in left field. The new pitcher for Pfeiffer is number 55, J.D. Bassinger. Bassinger is senior. We've seen J.D. before. Check in on some career numbers here in just a moment for J.D. Went with the curveball downstairs, ball 1. Jack Pokerock on the season, folks, 7 home runs on a tear. And this fastball is upstairs for ball 2. Jack Pokerock, 7 home runs in the last 8 games. He was getting hits in the first portion of the season, but nothing over the fence. Now he's losing all kinds of baseballs. Jack gets this one airborne, pretty deep, but well foul also. And now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lynchburg maybe trying to put the game away. 6-0 is the lead right now. And just to reiterate, it's not a blowout. I guess everybody is entitled to have their own criteria of what a blowout is. It sounded like some of the Pfeiffer fans that were here were thinking the game was even worse than it was. That was the reports from folks chatting up with the Falcon fans outside. Glad a lot of them have made the trip. Similar foul ball in the air, but well wide for Jack Pokerock. And now we're going to have a 2-2 pitch coming up with nobody out. Lynchburg's used 4 pitchers, so has Pfeiffer. As we're basically 5.5 innings through here. And we'll remind you that we would love to see you at Fox sometime this year. You got a chance 1 week from today. A Code Red game between Hampton-Sydney and Lynchburg next week on Wednesday. The 2-2. Swung. Pokerock got a piece, but the catcher Coy held on, and that's a strikeout. Second time Lynchburg has gone down on strikes in this game. What an approach for the Hornets. They're swinging hard, but they're swinging under control. 13 hits for Lynchburg, 2 walks, 1 hit batter. 16 base runners total. No defensive boo-boos for either team. Jones, looks like he might want to run. He was caught stealing earlier in this ball game. Connor Coy, 1 of 2 catches and throwouts. Lynchburg 1 for 3 statistically in the stolen base department. 0-1 on Quinn Madden. Bunt single his first time up, then 5-3 and F7. Jones not running. Ooh, that wasn't even chin music. That was eye music from Madden. He did well to get out of the way there. That's scary for any hitter. And even if you got the helmet on, that will unsettle you just slightly. Time called. And there's the warning about the eye contact. We're seeing about 1 or 2 of those a game. Got to get eye contact with the hitter before you come set. And we haven't really seen that many pitch timer violations this year. More of those eye contact warnings. We do have our safety base at first. We'll keep mentioning that once a game or so. By next year, we won't even talk about it. Ben Jones sliding headfirst into second. There is a successful steal. 2 for 4. Speaking of safety things, I saw a great one. This is going to be good for just baseball topics in general. The helmet came into play in Major League Baseball on this date. Let me find the actual year for you as we'll dip into some baseball history. Still dangerous with 1 out to start a story, but we'll try it. 2-1 to Quinn Madden with a runner on second. Ooh, similar pitch right over top of his head. And now Quinn Madden's got to be thinking, what am I supposed to do here? 3-1, 3 balls, 1 strike. 1958, the American League started requiring batters to wear a helmet. 1958. Now, you had players that were, the term is grandfathered in. If you were playing before that, you could not wear the helmet. And then when they went to the ear flaps, you had some players that still wouldn't wear the ear flaps. Dave Winfield was like the famous one in the 90s. He was like the last guy that had just the skull cap like the coaches wear at first and third base. Dave Winfield was rocking that in like 1997, even though ear flaps had been required since like the early 80s. So pretty cool history there about the helmet. And now Brady Moore's asking, what year was the ear flap required? That'll be our next deep dive here. Not even that deep of a dive. Full count to Quinn Madden. 1 out. Runner on first. Breaking ball. Good job by Madden to stay alive. Got some good baseball birth dates today. So let's just check. First year ear flap required. MLB. See what we get. As Bassinger checks the wristwatch communicator, 1983 ear flaps were mandated. At least one flap. Here's a ball into right field. Carrying a bit, carrying a lot, and carrying out of here. Quinn Madden got the chainsaw going. Home run number 4 of the season for Quinn Madden. He parks it to make it an 8-0 ball game. What an at-bat from Quinn Madden there. He had 2 pitches that buzzed the tower. He nearly got hit in the head twice with the chin music. He fought off a tough outside breaking ball, and he stays in it and sends a home run the opposite way. That is a fantastic piece of hitting from Quinn Madden. Absolutely earned every part of that. Quinn Madden makes it an 8-0 game, 4th home run of the season for Quinn. Lynchburg, as a team now, 19 jacks on the year, 19 bombs. They're hitting them to all fields. Here comes Joe Munitz, going to do a little base hit bunt. That's exactly what Quinn Madden did after Jack Pokerock hit his home run. So Madden's got 2 hits, a homer and a bunt single. You just got to love that. How can you not be romantic about the game of baseball? If you're Pfeiffer, it's tough to be on the receiving end of it. I will say again, though, it's only an 8-0 ball game. It's not anywhere close to out of reach. Falcons have only got 3 more chances. So that sand is running out in the hourglass for Pfeiffer now. But for Quinn Madden, man, that was just so sweet right there of an at-bat. You take a couple at your eyes, you have to take evasive action on. Fight off a 2-strike pitch, and then send one out of the ballpark. Long run in center for Christian Bellatoni, but he will snare it to retire Joe Munitz. 2nd out of the inning. 2 have scored, but there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Sean Pokerock, he's still hitless. A sac fly and a walk for Pokey. Productive day to go along with 1 strikeout. Called strike 1 there on a curveball. Kyle Flora is on deck. Flora is 1 for 3. Infield single for Flo. Hit a ball hard to center his first time up. Sean Pokerock comes in with the team lead in average. That'll help out right there as he pushes one past the sprinting second baseman. For Lynchburg now, hit number 15. 15 hits, 2 homers, 2 doubles. Should be 11 singles for Lynchburg. Kyle Flora has one of those singles. Flora's already got 5 multi-hit games. Let's see if he can make it 6 in his young collegiate career. Sean Pokerock has been on base in every ball game this year. Need to double check that stat for you. That's another one. You gotta know that before you say it, but that's okay. I've double checked it, and I believe it's right. Second eye contact warning, and that is the second one a ball. Let's see if the umpire gives us a count refresh. Back to checkpoint Charlie, or maybe checkpoint Alpha. Right now it's 1-0. With 2 outs and Sean Pokerock on first. Kyle Flora hitting. Good location there. Up and in on a fastball. In an 8-0 ball game. Lynchburg 3 in the first. A deuce up in the second, 1 in the third. Blanked in 4 and 5. They got runners on. 2 runners stranded actually in both innings 4 and 5. And now 2 here with a runner on. Lynchburg's left 7 aboard, 3 in scoring position. For Pfeiffer, they've only got 2 hits. 6 runners on, thanks to 4 Lynchburg walks. Up and away for ball 3. 3-1. Two down, bottom of the 6th. Clouds starting to roll in. We've got a front coming in tonight and tomorrow. Chopper up the middle. Shortstop will just make a calm flip to the second baseman, and that is the final out of the 6th. Quinn Madden clearing the deck. 2-run home run to right field puts Lynchburg up 8-0 after 6 complete. The joint is jumping here at Fox. The DJ always does a great job of getting everybody's body moving. It's not the 7th inning stretch, but I've made my thoughts on the 7th inning stretch clear. I think it's a little bit overrated. I think you should just get up and shake it out and dance and do whatever you want whenever you want. Always nice to hear "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," though. And if you played that like in the 2nd inning, it might be kind of awkward. So maybe that should be reserved for the 7th inning stretch. We're in the top of the 7th right now for Pfeiffer. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They've left 6 on, 4 of those in scoring position. Lynchburg scored 8 runs on 15 hits. 2 of those are homers, 2 of those are doubles. Lynchburg has not made a defensive error, and the Hornets have left 8 stranded, 3 in scoring position. Kyle Haney spending a Wednesday with you. Love being able to watch baseball with you, fans. I did confirm that Sean Pokerock note, by the way. He's been on in every game this season, every game that he has played in. Start number 11 for Pokey. Started 11 of 14. So he has gotten some breathers. We've seen him come in and pinch hit. We've seen him also come in defensively. And Sean Pokerock, on in all 11 that he's played in this year. And that gives him actually a streak of, hold that thought, is this one sprayed into right? Do we have a diving grab by Kyle Flora? Yes, we do. Taking a hit away on the first pitch of the inning. Bellatoni was on the offering from Trent Judd, but it's run down and taken out of the sky by Kyle Flora. Quick out there for Trent Judd. This will be the 4th batter he's faced. Levi Barrett getting in there. Connor Coy is on deck. But I'm just going back to Sean Pokerock here. Pokey, going back to last season, has been on base at least once in 21 straight. An on-base streak of 21 in a row for Sean Pokerock. He's got hits in his last 2 in a row. He did not get a hit in the game he subbed in against Washington and Lee, the 9-9 tie. Down low for ball 1. Even up count at 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone in the top of the 7th. So again, for this Pfeiffer team that was hitting 285 coming in, no runs on 2 hits. They've left 6 stranded, 4 in scoring position. Lynchburg pitchers have walked 4. Hornet pitchers have also struck out 9 as a unit. Actually, no strikeouts, though, for the last 9 batters. The last man to go down on K's was Levi Barrett. He's in a 1-2 count right now. See if Trent Judd can get him. Away target from Pokerock. The pitch, that's off the plate for ball 2. I'll say again for me, Trent Judd's big coming out party was a game against Methodist in 2024. Really impressed with his skills and his swagger. Righty deals. That one's in the other batter's box for ball 3. He's not a cocky guy, but he's very confident, easy to talk to. Loves talking about baseball. He's a golfer too. 6'4", I figured he would have been a basketball player in high school, but he said, nah, not really. Full count. Breaking ball. Got him. Punch out there for Trent Judd. 2 strikeouts in the game now for Levi Barrett. It brings up Connor Coy with 2 outs. I bet Trent Judd would still have been intrigued about the Bam Adebayo 83-point game. Yes, I'm bringing it up again, and I'm breaking my rule about bringing it up with 2 outs. Bam Adebayo, 83 points. And the way we are as fans now and all these pundits on TV, they started nitpicking it immediately, unfortunately. They couldn't even let the man get a shower before people said, oh, it's not as good as Kobe's 81-point game. He got all these points from the free throw line. And it was a record for free throws and free throws attempted last night for Bam Adebayo. But we were having a conversation with Eli Thomas, who's in our press box today, noted basketball player for the University of Lynchburg, and he and I agreed it's not Bam's fault that the Wizards were fouling. He was just getting the ball and going to the basket and drawing fouls. Bam wasn't doing any of that foul baiting, which is so prominent and talked about. All right, basketball aside, done. Promise no more hoops references unless we get some breaking news or something during the game. 2-1 with 2 outs. Judd's underneath the strike zone there, makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Lynchburg bullpen, 1 going, single barrel action there for Lynchburg. We'll see if we get another Hornet arm to finish this game out. We're in the top of the 7th. 3-1 is there, just above the knee for strike 2. Hornets get Angelilo, Moshier, and Garcia due up in their half of the 7th. Could be change time. Could be time for those second shifters on offense and defense, the reinforcements. That's a walk from Trent Judd. First one he's issued. 5th Lynchburg has given up as a team. Back to the top for Pfeiffer. And their first-year standout, number 8, Ben Messimore. He hit a seed by Kyle Moshier. He actually hit a seed at Kyle Moshier that hit his body but was ruled a hit. Moshe was trying to backhand that. Also some self-defense involved. Messimore, it's a little screwdriver going into his own dugout. Hope everybody is okay over there. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Ethan Willard is on deck. Lynchburg's had leadoff success in 4 of 6 innings that they've batted. For Pfeiffer, they got the leadoff man on in the 2nd. That was Austin Wood's walk. Joe Javier walked to begin the 6th. So they're 2 for 7 in leadoff runners reaching. Part of the reason why they're still held scoreless right now. 1-1. Judd's delivery is hoisted towards Wake Fieldhouse. Get your Wake Fieldhouse clicker out. It didn't even reach Wake, though. It hit the bleachers. So do not add that one to the total, but change the ball and strike count. 1-2 now with 2 outs. Pfeiffer back in action against William Peace this weekend, their USA South Conference opener. Runner goes. Ball hit up the middle. Some work for Brandon Garcia. He'll spin and toss. Spectacular from Hollywood. He's always lights, camera action. And the side is retired in the top of the 7th. Lynchburg's got 8-9-1. Angelilo, Moshier, Garcia coming up. You're watching the University of Lynchburg Hornets baseball. LHSN on Flo. Lynchburg giving the home fans what they want right now, an 8-0 lead. Some fine defense most recently from Brandon Garcia going up the middle, spinning and throwing on target for the final out in the top of the 7th. Here's number 30, Chance Hunt, pitching for Pfeiffer. Senior, 6 foot, 170 pounds from Norwood, North Carolina. In his career, this will be appearance number 10. He's made 1 this season. No earned run average yet through an inning. Didn't give up any runs. Struck out 2, walked 1. Didn't give up any earned runs, I should say. Did give up a run in there, but it was unearned. Chance Hunt becomes the 5th pitcher that Pfeiffer has used. Lynchburg has used 4. And we'll ask the question, more for Trent Judd in the 8th inning? Maybe. Here's Gavin Angelillo, working on a 3-for-3 day right now. Gavin Angelillo came in hitting .364. That's 4 for 11. So we'll change it up here. It's now 8 for 14. It's 7 for 14. My math is so bad, but I can tell you easily 7 for 14 is 500 for Gavin Angelillo. That's the beauty of early season baseball. You can move that average up in a hurry. A 3-for-3 day right now has got him from 364 up to an even 50%. A double in there, RBI single. 0-1. Chance Hunt, breaking ball inside. Disturbed the front shoulder for Angelillo, but it's ball 1. Kyle Moshier on deck. Looks like no changes just yet in the hitting 9 for Travis Beasley and his coaching staff. Uh-oh. Connor Coy, first-year man, took that in a bad spot. He's going to stay in the game, it looks like, as head coach Craig Bolton in his 11th season already. Craig Bolton's going to have a chat with his catcher, Connor Coy. Here comes our athletic trainer, Dane Bauer. Another shout-out again for National Athletic Trainer Appreciation Month. It's a mouthful, but gosh darn it, we love our ATs here at the University of Lynchburg, and they deserve an entire month to get the spotlight on them. So it is March 11th. We'll make sure we bring that up a few more times in the 3rd month of the year. We get St. Patrick's Day sneaking up on us fans. Don't know if you're into that or not. Sometimes in those spring training games, they'll paint the bases green for St. Patrick's Day. That's fun. I believe the safety base can actually be green. Travis Beasley was telling me that like orange, red, and green are your options for that safety base. The extra base at first, it can be green. So I don't know if Lynchburg got any green paint, but could be an option. They do not play on St. Patrick's Day. They play on Wednesday, March the 18th. Who says you can't celebrate the day after? 2-2 to Angelillo. Over his head. Got the bat down in time. Every now and then on that pitch that goes over or behind a player, that bat gets left out there and you'll get a foul ball, or occasionally a ball gets put in play. Full count. Hunt to Angelillo. Hit to the shortstop. Grabbed out of the air at the apex by Austin Wood, and he'll throw across to retire Angelillo for the first time today. Wasn't really at the apex of the hop. It was actually on the way down, but he high-pointed it. That's what they say in football. He high-pointed it. He got it at the highest point he possibly could, not at the highest point of the hop. Moving on, here's Kyle Moshier. Moshe is 0 for 3 today. Brandon Garcia on deck. Garcia's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Hunt to take some pace off, and now it's an early 0-1 hole with 1 out. Ooh, it's Pie Day coming up on Saturday. Thank you, Brady Moore, for that. Lynchburg on the road Saturday. So, well, that hit him. That hit Moshe on the helmet there. Didn't seem to bother him too much, which is a good sign. It just kind of skipped off the top of the dome. And that's why those helmets were mandated on this day back in, what was the year, 1958? Can't believe I forgot it already. That's poor. Poor memory there by me. Here's Brandon Garcia hitting with a runner on first and 1 out. The American League mandated the helmets in 1958. Yes, 1958. That's why they were mandated for situations just like that. Inside corner, strike one, 0-1 count. One out. How about some great birthdays today? Bobby Abreu, 18-year Major League career for Bob Abreu. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Bob Abreu actually a higher on-base percentage than names like Tony Gwynn and Ichiro Suzuki. He got on base and hit a lot. Dan Uggla was born on this date. Anybody remember Dan Uggla? Doc Ellis, the incredible pitcher for the Pirates, Rangers, Yankees, threw a memorable no-hitter. Look up Doc Ellis no-hitter. I'm not going to tell you why it was memorable on this broadcast. Look that up at your own leisure, fans. 2-1 as Brandon Garcia lays off a fastball that was under his hands. Hunt's got some good velocity out there. Any other good baseball birthdays today? Oh, the legendary Rich Hill was born on this day. 21-year Major League career for Rich Hill. Played for 14 different ball clubs. I think he got a game last year for the Royals. 2-1 to Garcia. That one nearly hit Brandon Garcia. Control issues here for Chance Hunt. Pfeiffer pitchers have hit one, and they've only walked two. A reminder, Lynchburg takes about 7.5 walks per game. So this is well under their number. Hard to really say Pfeiffer's had control problems. They've pitched from counts like this a lot. A lot of 2- and 3-ball counts for Pfeiffer. They've managed to not hit or walk many. 31 from Brandon Garcia is dumped into center field. Moshier had to hesitate, make sure that ball wasn't caught. He will then get into second safely. 2-hit game for Brandon Garcia. 201 in the career now for Hollywood. 201 career hits. He's 5 away from tying Anthony Palmisano. Anthony Palmisano from nearby Stanton River High School. He's an infielder. Played at Lynchburg, I believe it was 01 to 05 or 04. Good player. He got 206 hits in his career. I guess he was good, right? No, he was very good. I remember Anthony, good player, and heck of a nice guy. They had a good squad back in the early 2000s here at the University of Lynchburg. Ben Jones went around. Don't know if he was upset with himself or the call, but it's no balls and 1 strike. Runners at first and second. Moshier at second, Garcia at first. Good speed at both stations. Ben Jones, cue ball out in front of that 0-1. He'll have to hustle. Didn't get there in time. Snazzy play from Joe Javier, the third baseman, to get out there and unload quickly. Jack Pokerock, 3 hits, 3 for 4, 1 strikeout. Quinn Madden on deck, homered in his most recent at-bat. That was a 6th-inning smoke show from Quinn Madden, according to Brady Moore. And Brady Moore says Dan Uggla, one of those birthday boys, is an immaculate grid go-to for him. Rich Hill should be as well with those 14 ball clubs. Foul ball, it's an 0-1. Start to Jack Pokerock. JP's got 7 homers on the year, 11 singles, 4 doubles, and 1 triple. My, oh my. What a start to the year. And 13 games in, this is game 14, but 13 divided by 39 comes out to a very even .333. So we're just over a third of the way through the season right now for Lynchburg in game 14. The 1-1 to JP. This ball's hit hard at the shortstop. He'll get him at first. Lynchburg, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2 runners stranded. 2 runners stranded for the Hornets. And we are through 7 complete. It's Lynchburg 8, Pfeiffer 0. You're watching LHSN on Flow College. a tip of the cap and a shout-out to DeMont, who's at the controls today with great help from Ethan Morotsky. That's the national champion, Ethan Morotsky, to you. And also Joey B., Joe Brennan. And the press box is filled with good vibrations and higher frequencies. And the ball field has been similar, at least for Lynchburg anyway. They lead 8-0. I like this Pfeiffer team, though. Again, I think there's reasons to believe they could have some success. They're 5-9 right now. Pfeiffer 14-26 last year. They were bang on 500 in 2024 at 21 wins and 21 losses. Last winning season, you actually have to go back to 2021. It was 13 to the good, 10 to the bad there. But I don't know. I mean, if this game continues the way it's going to go, they're going to be 5-10. I just think they could get over 500 this year. I really do. I'll say the record again is 5 up and 9 down for Pfeiffer. Lynchburg, 9 wins, 3 losses, 1 push, 1 tie for Lynchburg this season. That was a few days ago, Saturday in Game 2 against Washington and Lee. 9-9. We got 10 innings of baseball in before darkness won out. Here's an 0-1 as Trent Judd commanding the zone. Now he's just below it with a hard fastball to Ethan Willard. First year from Trinity, North Carolina. Came in at 302. He's under that now because he's 0 for 3 in this ball game. Lynchburg pitchers have struck out 10. There's Mo Shear sticking with a tough hop. And then that bazooka across the diamond for the first out. He was all fly ball and strikeout outs early for Pfeiffer, but lately it's been a lot on the ground and a lot of them to Kyle Moshier. I've got that as being Moshe's 4th assist of the game. An assist is something we're really not talking enough about in baseball, but yes, you can get an assist. You do get an assist on that play, and the person that makes the out gets the put out. And, of course, there's errors in there. Outfield assists are much harder to come by. Joe Munitz has the only 2 outfield assists this season for Lynchburg. He's thrown out 2 base runners. 1 ball, no strikes to Joe Javier. He's got a little piece of every pie today. 1 single, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Falcons have walked 5 times as a unit. Trent Judd has walked 1. Trent Judd has struck out 1. For Judd, this is the 8th batter that he has faced. So Jack Brandel on deck will be 1 time through the order for Trent Judd. See if maybe Judd is lifted there, or again, it could be pitch count. It could be effectiveness. Could be probably a mixture of all of those. Could be probably is poor use of the English language. But, I think the computations from the coaching staff are going to involve all of those things. If you're swayed one way or the other, then maybe one of those, the pitch count or the time through the order effectiveness, might win out. Here's a single, 3rd hit of the ball game. Joe Javier's got 2 of the 3. Nice piece of hitting there. Stayed up the middle, stayed on that. And we're getting our answer right now about how long Trent Judd will go because Travis Beasley is stepping out of the dugout. That's all for Trent Judd. He will end up facing 8 hitters. He surrendered 1 hit, struck out 1, 1 walk. No earned runs yet for Trent Judd. He would be on the hook for Joe Javier. If Javier came around to score the first run of the ball game, that would be charged to Trent Judd. But here comes, looks like Austin Riney, the lefty specialist. Austin Riney is in to face the only lefty in this lineup. We have seen a left-handed pinch hitter, Baden Gusa, and Gusa would be in the hole right now. This is Jack Brandel hitting. Right-handed swinging shortstop Austin Wood is on deck. Baden Gusa is still in that spot in the 6th slot in the batting order. So let's see if Riney is on for 1 or 3 hitters or maybe even more than that. Austin Riney has been sharp this season. On the year for Austin Riney, the earned run average is still 0. This is appearance number 6. 3 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 1, given up 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks. Austin Riney in that lefty specialist role. but he can go beyond that if necessary. He had a great moment in 2024. That was on the road at that D3 showcase event in Greensboro when he gave Lynchburg some length against Salisbury. Very good Salisbury team that year. Austin Riney, I want to say he went like 3 2/3. I'm going to double check it right now. And this is where I'll give my usual statement about go to the lynchburgsports.com, click on the baseball tab, click on the icon that says More Plus, and then find the statistics, and you can get any number you would ever want to know, probably more than you would ever need to know about the players individually, and then also the team numbers. And then you get all the schedule info on there as well, so that's great. I had it slightly wrong. February 23rd, 2024, Austin Riney went 3 innings against Salisbury, struck out 1, walked none, gave up 1 earned run. Again, that was a really, really talented Salisbury team. He kept his team in position to win that ball game, which Lynchburg did back in 2024. Austin Riney, a senior from Midlothian. Because he's in for a lot of these specialty situations, he's pitched 43 innings in his career in 48 appearances. So he's got less innings than appearances. That tells you he is typically going short. 1, 2, perhaps 3 batters. It was 3 batters twice against Washington and Lee. Pitched in both ends of the doubleheader. He's got an 0-1 start here to Jack Brandel. Riney, fastball slider. His slider has a lot of width. Depth, remember, up and down, north to south on the breaking ball. And also you want depth on your fastball as well. But then Riney's sweeping style slider has a lot of east to west. This ball's hit softly. Brandon Garcia's got kind of a long run, but he'll make the grab. They did have Brandel played to pull, but Brandon Garcia got over there in plenty of time. And it's just 1 batter for Riney. So we'll keep it right here and greet the next. Riney was the 5th pitcher that Lynchburg used. As he'll get some applause from the dugout. Job well done from Austin Riney. The life of a lefty specialist, right? You get one or 2 pitches sometimes. In fact, if you got great stuff, maybe it is only going to be 1 or 2 pitches. Our next pitcher, number 6 of the game for Lynchburg, will be Bobby Bullpen. Here comes Colin McGuire. The closer is on in the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Not a save situation. It's an 8-0 ball game, but Colin McGuire pitches in all situations. This season for McGuire, he is 1-1 with 1 save. Earned run average is 3.09. And this will be appearance number 7. All out of the bullpen this year. He has started at times in his career, including back to his freshman season when he really got the ball on the mound to start some pretty big games. But here's Colin McGuire in an 8-0 ball game. Bobby Bullpen has K'd 12 and walked only 1. Sharp numbers from Colin McGuire. He's given up some hits this season. I think he's still trying to work his way to what he feels is his best. I don't think he's far off from his best, though. He's given up some homers, but in some of those appearances where he gave up home runs, his success rate, his execution rate was probably close to about 95%. But the way baseball is, you can execute 10 pitches right. You give up 1 pitch wrong, it can get dumped out of the ballpark. I think McGuire's been going through some of that lately. It's a really tough thing about pitching. Sometimes you execute the pitch exactly how you want to, and they hit it out of the ballpark. Other times you do get punished for a mistake pitch, and then sometimes you get away with mistake pitches. All that in play. That's why you got to keep watching this great game of baseball. It is a slow burn. It is a slower paced game. I think the pacing really is what makes it great, though, because you go to a game and you got time to take a bite of that hot dog and talk to your buddy in between pitches or during the pitching change. Or you have time to scroll on the phone and look at stuff. In the old days, you'd be looking at the program that you would buy at the ballpark. But now you're just scrolling on your phone or your tablet, which is cool. But it's got that pace. It's pitch, break, action play with a base hit, pitching change, slow it down more. in between innings, go back to the concession stand, those kinds of things. Breaking ball from Colin McGuire in there at the top for a strike. 0-1 count. But that's what's so great about this game. It's set up to be enjoyed casually and to be enjoyed with friends. If you're watching it on the broadcast, so McGuire will go to the other side of the plate for a called strike 2. If you're watching on the broadcast, it kind of gives you time to do other things there as well. If you're watching at home, if you're watching at the office, tip your cap to those of you watching us at the office. Thanks for that. 0-2. Sweeper well wide. You could tell it had some action on it because Wood still had the bat off his shoulder, even though it really wasn't that close. No swing on the appeal. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice when you get a crowd. You can hear that chatter in the background of the dugouts. Dugout will come alive with a punch out here. See if McGuire gets it. No, but he will induce a fly ball. Long run for Quinn Madden to right center. Looks like he's got a bead on it. Yes, he does. Hauling it home for the final out in the top of the 8th inning. Pfeiffer got their 3rd hit of the ball game, but Joe Javier is stranded. 1 of 7 left on today. We're through 7.5, and it is take me out to the ball game time here at Fox Field. Back in a flash, Lynchburg looking to add on, maybe hitting for the final time this afternoon.
Your calling is beyond the classroom. This is where you feel at home, where you feel connected. And this is the place where you'll answer that call. Here, you'll learn to lead the way in the industry you love. The Equestrian Sport Management major at the University of Lynchburg. Accepting applications now. Your calling is beyond the classroom, far beyond.
Love it. It's Quinn Madden leading off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Lynchburg Hornets. Homered his last time up, sent one out to right field. 4th dinger of the year for the cue ball, the medicine man. The man who said the secret to hitting is deer steaks and apple juice. I think it's a Johnny Appleseed day today, I think. Johnny Appleseed was a real person. That's another one. We've done a lot of sidebars and digression. We probably shouldn't go for the Johnny Appleseed fact file. Look that one up on your own, fans. Let's talk about the Lynchburg fact file. They have 2 home runs in the game, one from Quinn, one from Jack Pokerock. When homering this season, Lynchburg is 6-2-1. Lynchburg's stolen multiple bases this year. They're unbeaten when they steal multiple bases in a game. 6-0-1. That tie just throws all the numbers off, doesn't it? Oh, the tie just looks goofy. Travis Beasley had the joke about the whole time I've been coaching, I've never had a tie. I think he was including his assistant coaching days in there as well. You had to go back to 2013, I think it was, to find the last tie from Lynchburg. They tied Randolph-Macon in the second game of a doubleheader that year. And fingers crossed, no more ties this year. Although, it's better than losing a ball game, right? I think we would all agree with that. Here's Quinn Madden. Madden on to lead off the bottom half of the inning. Lynchburg with 16 hits total, 8 runs. They've only drawn 2 walks, which is far below the average. Quinn Madden nearly got hit. There have been a lot of inside pitches from Pfeiffer. Lynchburg has been hit twice. That's Ben Jones and Kyle Moshier that have gotten bopped once apiece. Hornets will take the hit by pitch. I've got a number for that. There's a number for everything in baseball. 1-0 to Quinn Madden. Inside again. More of a competitive pitch, though. Wasn't just a flat-out miss. Hit by pitch numbers this year. Lynchburg 18 coming into the ball game. 20 now. 1.38 per game. It's over the average from last year, which was 1.22. You're talking percentage points there, though. 2-0 fastball, swiped on, sent skyward. Shouldn't be a tough play in right field. It's not routine there for Christian Ballatoni. Out number 1 in the bottom of the frame. Here comes Joe Munitz. Joe Munitz is 2 for 4. Jolton Joe starting to heat up. 3 multi-hit games in his last 4 contests, and he's got, I believe, a 5-game hitting streak now. Joe Munitz flew out in foul ground down the left field line. That was a really good running grab from Ben Messamore the first year. Joe Munitz also flying out to center. Joe takes the first pitch, looked like a center-cut fastball, and it's 0-1. Sean Pokerock on deck. 1 hit right now for Pokey. 1 sac fly for Sean Pokerock, also a walk. And we'll start to think about shutout numbers next. That's the next number to look at. Lynchburg has 1 shutout this season. That was game 1 of the year against George Fox. They won that 10-0 on the road down at Piedmont, a neutral site game against George Fox. 1-2 now to Joe Munitz. In neutral site games this year, Lynchburg is 3-1. I'm telling you, there's a number for everything. 3-1 neutral site, 4-1-1 at home. 4 wins in 6 tries, only 1 loss in those 6 tries at Fox. Lynchburg was 21-0 on this field last year. Lynchburg was the home team in games at Liberty University in regional play, and then they were the home team in super regional play at Bank of the James Stadium, but 21-0 on Fox last year. There's a swing and a miss from Joe Munitz. He hasn't struck out much. Just 1 K for Joe since that Salisbury game. So basically that's his 2nd strikeout in about the last 10 games for Joe Munitz. 2 down now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Last chance for Sean Pokerock to help his average, unless maybe the Hornets bat around here. If we got a run rule, they wouldn't even be able to do that because 10 runs would end the game. Check swing on a ball at the top floor. Top floor fastball will be ball number 1. Lynchburg has struck out 3 times as a team. A lot of action in this ball game. And we've had a lot of long counts, too. Usually when you have low strikeouts and low walks, that means guys are swinging at the first and second pitch. They're not getting to 2 strike and 3 ball counts. There's a pop-up in foul territory, but caught by Jack Brandel. All right, last chance to dance for the Pfeiffer Falcons. Can they avoid getting shut out? Lynchburg looking for win number 10 on the season. Don't miss the conclusion. It's coming up next on Flo. Baden Gusa leading off. It'll be at bat number 2 for Gusa. He subbed in this 6th spot in the lineup. The DH Mason Mosteller started. Lynchburg starting a lefty. Mosteller a right-handed swinger. Gusa a lefty. So I think that was the move there from Craig Bolton when the lefty came out. That sent Gusa in. Colin McGuire still in for Lynchburg. Looking for shutout number 2 on the season. Looking to double that total. Hard to get shutouts in college baseball. Very, very difficult. Lynchburg, as good as they were last year at 41-9, just 1 shutout. That's it. Some teams and coaches have the fun thing that when you get a shutout, the pitchers get to take BP the next day. I don't know if Lynchburg does that or not. We'll have to inquire. For Pfeiffer is just 3 hits. Joe Javier has 2. If they can get to him in the 9th inning, that'll be a small victory right here because this is 6, 7, 8. Javier is the 3-hole hitter. Combined 6, 7, 8 in the lineup is 0 for 8 in this ballgame. 0 for 8 in this ballgame with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Mason Mosteller, the DH, did reach his first time with a base on balls. He's out of the ball game now, lifted for this man, Baden Gusa. Baden Gusa on the season came in hitting 167. Does have a home run. This ball's hit well to right field. Kyle Flora on the move. He's going to stay in the ballpark, bouncing off the national championship sign. How about a double for Baden Gusa? 4th hit of the ball game for Pfeiffer. Maybe the door not completely closed on the Falcons just yet. Baden Gusa, 3rd double of the season. Man, guy's got some slugging numbers, doesn't he? 1 home run, 3 doubles. That means he's got 3 singles as well. Way to go, Baden Gusa. That's a Jack Pokerock-like number. We mentioned with Jack how many of his hits are extra base hits. And we can do that again in the postgame. Hopefully we get a postgame guest joining us on the broadcast. That's our new concept this year. Not a super crazy concept. It's been done a lot in sports, but we're trying to get it going here. We've had some great guests already. It was Ben Jones on Monday. Always great to talk to Benny Bombs. Ground ball, left side. Brandon Garcia is going to hunt the hop, throw sidearm. Good connection with Jack Pokerock there at first base for the initial out in the 9th inning. Levi Barrett stepping in. Barrett is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Levi Barrett has faced 3 different hitters. 3 different pitchers, rather. Excuse me. Levi Barrett struck out against Lucas Marrero, struck out against Justin Davis, struck out against Trent Judd. Not going to strike out against Colin McGuire. Drills that to Kyle Moshier. Low throw. Jack Pokerock can't dig it out. Didn't see the ball initially. Brother Sean Pokerock was going to go pick it up, but he did not want to vacate home plate, so Jack will grab it. And Levi Barrett wisely runs into second base there. Good base running by Levi Barrett to know how far that ball kicked away and to get into second. For Lynchburg, it looks like their first defensive error of the ball game. Pinch hitter now for Connor Coy. Tip your cap to Connor Coy. He walked one time, didn't get any hits, but Coy threw out a couple Lynchburg base stealers. That's something a young catcher can really maybe not build his career on, but it can further a career. It can give you some confidence for the rest of your career, especially when you're playing a team that has been a fixture in the national landscape like Lynchburg. Strike one from Colin McGuire. Good location there. Low in the zone. Had some steam on it. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. McGuire will throw that in any count. It's 0-2. His pitch repertoire is really good. I mean, said steam. He's got plenty of steam under the hood. Fastball can be challenging. Good movement. It's not flat by any means. As we'll get time called. One disengagement there, noted by our umpires. And McGuire's curveball, he'll drop that in anytime, anywhere. Outfield has the pinch hitter played to pull. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. McGuire froze him. Didn't bother with a waste pitch. Went right after him with a curveball. Might have been a little bit more middle than he wanted. But back to the movement, the life. Really impressive. Here's Ben Messimore. The first year has 1 of 4 Pfeiffer hits. He's extended his hit streak to 9 games in a row. See if he can keep that going against William Peace this weekend. Curveball from McGuire. Ball off the plate, and it's 1-0. Ethan Willard on deck. I mean, Joe Javier is in the hole. I said if Pfeiffer could get to Joe Javier this inning, it would be a small victory. Breaking ball sprayed into our fans. Hope everybody's okay over there. We had a good crowd taking in the sunshine and the fresh air and the great baseball. 8-0 ball game right now. Lynchburg should be feeling pretty good, but haven't slammed the door just yet. McGuire is a true door slammer, though. Curveball went around the strike zone and came into Pokerock's mitt. Kind of caught that head high. Sometimes as a catcher, if you catch it above your head, the umpire's just not going to call it as a strike unless you got like a 6'7" batter in there. It just doesn't look like a strike to the umpire. Sawed him off. Moshier's going to have to make a play on the run. It will be a grab and go in the final out of the ball game. Lynchburg wins it. victory number 10 on the season. They beat Pfeiffer 8-0. Good play by Kyle Moshier. To end it, we'll run down some totals here and tell you that Lynchburg moves to 10-3-1. Lynchburg has won 3 out of their last 4, and the numbers continue to look good on Fox Field for Lynchburg. For the Hornets now on Foxy, it is victories in 28 of the last 30. Wins in 28 of the last 30. There is 1 loss and 1 tie in there as well for Lynchburg. For Pfeiffer, they will go to 5-10 on the season. Best of luck to the Falcons going forward. And we will see this matchup later on in the year. Lynchburg will make the return trip. It's usually a home and away series for the Falcons and the Lynchburg Hornets. A little Snake Farm celebration on a Wednesday for Lynchburg. They win it 8-0. The final box going to look something like this. As we'll try to get our post-game interview guest. Let's see who Coach Travis Beasley wants to set up. We've already had Jack Pokerock this year and Ben Jones. It might be time to hear from Quinn Madden again, possibly. But we'll give it a minute. We'll hang out. Hope you can hang out with us here, fans. Final line looks like this for Pfeiffer. 0 runs on 4 hits. No defensive errors for the Falcons. They leave 8 stranded, 6 in scoring position for Pfeiffer. Joe Javier had the only multi-hit day for the Falcons. 2 singles, also walked. He was on 3 times. Joe Javier, senior third baseman, really good player, and he was pretty good at the hot corner as well. Great seeing Joe Javier play the game again, and he does it the right way. Ben Messamore had a single, and the other hit for Pfeiffer, got to find it here. No, they had it. I know they had 4. Oh, yeah, it's Mason Mosteller with the double in the 9th inning. No, that was Baden Gusa. Sorry, Baden. Baden Gusa had the double. We were talking about his extra base hit numbers. Double number 3 on the season for Basin Guda. That was the only extra base hit. Baden Gusa. Sorry. Let me get it right for the guy. Baden Gusa is the player who had the only extra base hit for Pfeiffer in their 4-hit attack. Falcons, again, 5-10 on the year. They're 1-4 away from their home ballpark, and they will be at William Peace in Raleigh this weekend, Friday and Saturday, for their USA South home opener. Looks like Trent Lowe, the starter, will get the loss for Pfeiffer in this one. All right, for Lynchburg, line score was 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, nothing in 4 and 5. Lynchburg got 2 in the 6th to put them up 8-0. Did not score in the 7th and the 8th. The 8th inning was the only 3-up, 3-down inning for Lynchburg, and they did not have to bat in the 9th. For the Hornets in total, it'll be 8 runs, 16 hits, 1 defensive error. Lynchburg left 10 on board, 5 of those in scoring position. Lynchburg stole a couple bases, but they were thrown out a couple times as well. Hornet heroes on the offensive side include Jack Pokerock. First inning, 2-run home run for JP. He continues to wield that chainsaw up there. He's got a flamethrower when he's batting, although that's more of a pitching phrase and reference there. Jack Pokerock on the year, 7 home runs. 7 home runs in his last 8 games for Jack Pokerock. He had 2 other singles as well, a 3-hit day for JP. It was a 2-hit day for Ben Jones. How about Brandon Garcia? 2 hits, walked 1 time, and he got into the 200-hit club. He becomes the 6th member of Lynchburg Baseball's 200-hit club, and he's now 5 base hits away from moving into 5th all-time. He would tie and then pass Anthony Palmazzano. Congratulations to Brandon Garcia. Quinn Madden, bunt single the first time up. He scored, and then he homered to right field. That is cue ball's 4th home run of the season. Lynchburg, as a team, 19 jacks now on the year. Moved down to the 8-hole. Gavin Angelilo, his first multi-hit game in his collegiate career. Angelilo went 3 for 4 with a double and RBI single. Lynchburg had another double from Joe Munitz, so it looks like 5 extra base hits total. 4 extra base hits total for Lynchburg. Just 4 extra base hits, but, man, 16 hits total. Lynchburg pitched it well. It was Lucas Marrero starting, Tice Fischel, Justin Davis, Trent Judd, Austin Riney for 1 batter, and then Colin McGuire. Bobby Bullpen slammed the door again. High marks there for Colin McGuire, and Lynchburg really really a complete ball game. I think it will be EMU on the road this Saturday. The boys head to Harrisonburg for a conference doubleheader. Lynchburg is 1-0-1 in ODAC conference play. They'll look for a sweep against the Royals. It won't be easy to come by. EMU always a scrappy ball club. And with Lynchburg, we'll say it's always a team with a target on their back. They've always got that bullseye there because everybody wants to say they beat Lynchburg, and that's where the Hornets are at in their stature, I guess you could say, as a ball club. And that's a good thing. That's one of those opportunities that Travis Beasley would talk about is great to have. Some teams do not have that opportunity to have a target on their back. As the cleanup continues in the Daniel E. Wooldridge class of 56 press box, we always like to get that in there once or twice. It is James C. Fox Field. I don't know if Travis Beasley's going to send anybody up or not. And the guys continue to work on the field. We could call down on the public address, but I think we might just say no interview for today because that's cool too. We've had a fine day, and it's 5:59, so it didn't quite take 3 hours for this ball game. Actually, moving pretty quick with a 3:01 first pitch time. We'll just hang out. I'm giving it just another split second to look here to see if anybody's making their way up. I'd hate to break the broadcast and have somebody come up, and then that would be very embarrassing because we'd have to fake it and act like we were still on. But I'm not seeing anybody as I went through that little scenario, that little theory, which is probably never going to happen. So we'll say so long, baseball fans, and we have really, really enjoyed it. Of all the broadcasts we've had, this is our most recent one, and that is 100% factually correct. But it might not be our best one of the year because we are back 1 week from today. That'll be our next baseball broadcast, LHSN on Flow. We'll be right here when Hampton-Sydney comes to town for a Code Red matchup. So we'll be able to recap the weekend events and have some fun with that when the Tigers and the Hornets match up. For Lynchburg, they moved to 10-3-1 on the year. They beat Pfeiffer 8-0. Kyle Haney signing off. Big thank you to the entire crew today. And thank you for putting up with us, fans. We'll talk to you again soon.